and I ran. Yeah, it was a flock of seagulls. We should come down here every once in a while. If it gets really bad weather on the coast, the seagulls will come in, man, and get to the lakes and the little waterways and stuff. Because we get all kinds of birds. I've seen pelicans here. You don't see pelicans very often, but you see them a lot further south. But I've seen pelicans here. I've seen frigate birds, which are awesome, and they're also very nasty. They're very mean birds. They're big.
What are they?
Frigate birds.
Nice.
Google frigate bird and you'll see they're pretty impressive looking. They're kind of like boobies. There you go. Blue-footed boobies. We get spoonbills here. We get ibis, lots of ibis. Of course, cranes. We got the sandhill cranes at the wazoo. They're pretty big. I've walked up on them before, and they will let you walk up close, but then they just put their wings out, and when you see one of them fuckers fly over, you're like, what the hell? I call them pterodactyls because they make a great trumpeting noise. But that's the one thing. If there's anything I like about Florida, it's all the birds you can see here. Big ones.
Hey! You can see a lot of birds in Missouri. Especially up in St. Louis. Hey man, people see birds all the time, man.
The bird sanctuary. My parents were big-time Audubon people. So yeah, but not big. These are big birds. These are like birds that are like 2 and 3 feet tall. And you don't see birds like that in Missouri.
Dude,
there's lots of birds here. Lots of buzzards are everywhere. I'd say that's the Florida state bird. Because of all the old people that come here to die.
I know, Frank must be getting ready to die. Why? All the butter circling over her head again.
There's a park nearby here where you can go, if you're brave and walk back in the woods, there's a buzzard roost. It's a tree where they all roost. And if you get too close, they puke and shit on you. They make horrible noises. I never knew that they growl like dogs. I never knew that. And of course, they smell awful. But it was neat to see a tree full of buzzards. And armadillos. I know they got armadillos in South Missouri. I don't know if they made it up to Jefferson County yet, but I see armadillos here all the time.
Dude, they're all over the highway.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now,
you can't drive 2 miles out.
You can like literally walk up to them and pick them up, which I wouldn't advise. But I mean, they're not aggressive, but they don't bite because they got a little tiny mouth, but they got big claws. And I've experienced the claws before. And they make a really weird noise. They whistle. I've never heard an animal make that noise before. When I first heard that, I was like, what the hell is that noise?
They also are known to carry leprosy.
It's not that they carry leprosy. They are the only other animal besides man that can catch leprosy. They don't necessarily carry it.
I'll be right back.
It looked like it had leprosy, so.
I heard they just carry it. It doesn't kill them or anything.
I don't know about that. I'd have to Google that one. So I cannot say that I know that, but I do know that that only people in armadillos get leprosy. And I see alligators all the time. You can any decent sized pond probably have an alligator.
Yeah.
And goat tortoises, those are the biggest turtles I've ever seen in America because I've seen a gopher tortoise that was damn near as big as a tire. It was huge. And you're not supposed to, if you even touch one, you can get arrested. You can get...
Dude, I have seen fucking snapping turtles when I was little, bigger than fucking tires around here. I'm sure there's none around.
Snapping turtles are different. That's Gopher Tortoise. This is a Gopher Tortoise, and they're endangered. They're like the Galapagos tortoises, but they're not that. Yeah. Remember one time when I was a kid, one of them was crossing my yard because we had a pond and a lagoon, and it was crossing the yard for whatever purposes, and I went out there and messed with it, and it was. So, but yeah, there's snappers down here. We got alligator snappers here. I'm pretty sure they got alligator snappers.
Yeah, that's what I've always seen was the alligator snappers.
Because I mean, regular snapping turtles are not that big, but an alligator snapper can get up to like, I don't know, several hundred pounds. And that's big.
Dude, so the biggest one I ever seen growing up was like this fucking big, man. I mean, it took 4 fucking teenagers, 18-year-olds, to pick the fucker up. That's how
that was
fucking
probably
big
about a 200-pound turtle, I bet you.
They tried to hit it with a fucking car. Thinking
That's
they
a
were
mistake.
Yeah, I know. They thought they were gonna kill it, hitting it with a car. And yeah, it wrecked their car and it still walked off.
We had a lot of big water turtles. I've seen some water turtles down here that were really, really big. Big flat motherfuckers with like, oh, I'm gonna grab that thing and it's got a neck like 2 feet long. And you better not. That thing will reach around and bite your ass. But I've saved them off the road. You just gotta pick them up real quick and run and get them off the road because they're dumb. Because they can't climb a curve, idiots. Because naturally they change whenever they mate, they move to another site, to another water place. And I've also seen turtles laying their eggs, burying their eggs and stuff, which is kind of cool. My friend had a bobcat, we'll say a bobcat, there's not really bobcats under the lynxes because they got really long legs. He was in his yard trying to get his chickens. And just the other day they had a bear on the loose, just walking through a neighborhood. A big fat sucker too.
I had somebody arguing.
Bears down here don't hibernate.
I had somebody arguing with me last week at work. So when I was younger, in some of those really hot summers, I used to see alligators freaking along the Mississippi.
That is, I believe that. Also, you gotta remember, sometimes they mistake them guards for alligators.
No, these were on land. These were on land.
I'm surprised they come this far up because they don't like the cold. When they get cold down here, they'll like just go into a coma.
Yeah, so I was watching a thing on Nile Crocodile, and these people were trying to search the water for some kind of fish. That supposedly is kind of like a piranha. It's not a piranha species or anything, but they've had people like complain that they do that group attack all of a sudden. They were trying to figure out what would trigger it. So they're like all over the Nile and shit, and they're like worried about the crocodiles and stuff. Like they finally came across some researchers who were doing research on them and tagging them and shit. And they're like, oh man, you're cool right now. It's like, I can't remember. I think they said like around 68 to 70 degrees or something. Yeah, that's like around the turning point where they'll attack you. Other than that, they'll pretty much leave anything alone.
Also, now here's the thing down here. When alligators are in mating season, you leave them alone because they are very aggressive in mating season, and you can hear them. They make a certain noise. It's like a croaking noise, like a frog, but it's a really deep. And because my mom was a caretaker for this old lady, and we lived out in the middle of the bumfuck next to this big lake. And I went out there with my mom one time at nighttime, and you could hear them, and it was a spooky noise. And the old lady said, don't go next to the lake because they'll get you. And I took her advice because she was an old Florida lady. I was like, okay, you know.
They'll get you.
But I've been up close to them. I've seen them in ponds. There's like a river near here, the Akalakahatchee River, and yeah, you'll see them up on the bank. And most of the time, yeah, they're lazy and they're not aggressive. I mean, yeah, they do attack you if you're dumb, but they're not very fast. But in a straight line. So, but I don't tease animals like that. I wouldn't go up and tease an alligator. But I've gotten up close and looked at it, which I guess would be considered teasing. Because it opened its mouth at me one time. I thought that was kind of cool. Just hissed at me, but I was like, okay, I'm done.
All
Yeah,
right.
every once in a while, I'll eat somebody's dog.
This is episode 70 of our story called Ghosts. I don't know what Prince B is, but he wasn't with everyone at this time anyway, so that's fine. And a quick recap. Our group has recently been reunited. K-Mark had been gone for some time as the adventures had proceeded. He left about the time that Vanessa decided that she would like to leave the monastery and see the big wide world. And that's been a while ago. But everyone is back at the monastery now after having had encounters with giants and ogre witches, and last week they encountered what was said to be Paimez's witches' coven. However, for a coven of witches, they certainly did not appear in the classic trope of being ugly and disfigured. They looked very normal, except for being, maybe the worst thing you could say about them is they looked poor. Shabby clothes and unkempt a little bit, as if they had been traveling. And their name has been brought up, maybe thinking they were a group of bandits that K-Mark had heard about recently. They came to the monastery seeking shelter and information, and as they proceeded to explain that they were there seeking their sister, whose essence had been captured or kept by the daughter of the ogre witch, that being Vanessa. And so they asked about maybe Vanessa joining them and coming to be with the witches' coven, and the witches were treated surprisingly very rudely.
What?
By certain individuals who may have felt like they were treated poorly in the past by the witches.
They know what they did to them.
And so, upon threats, and of course the obligatory failed or not good enough dice roll, they proclaimed that they would get Shadrach upon him leaving the sanctuary. They would leave peaceably, but know that he had a target on his back, and they left.
This little dog, too.
No, it's not little. It's like the giant
I
bullseye.
just called them bitches.
I seen it. It's a giant bullseye. I was looking the whole time.
And then they proceeded to think about how they could get rid of the evil presence of Fimes that was still in the sacred bundle. And through a series of spells, they got rid of her and her essence, leaving nothing behind but bad memories. And that is where we left off after the exorcism of Fimes. Gaddy and Pikel and Vanessa and Shadrach were all there, as far as I can remember.
Shadrach, you're ill. Get to the infirmary.
I thought I was there.
Leave me alone.
You can be. I don't. That's yeah. It's
I
fine.
thought I was just watching.
Yeah, he was observing.
I'm sickened by the what you just those evil women. You don't know. They pretend to be all gentle and thoughtful, and they're foul.
I know they are, Shadrach.
And you invited them in.
That's right. This is a monastery of the blend.
They are. Do you remember? No, you don't remember. They are corruption.
They will try.
They came here and you allowed them in, and they laughed in your face, but you couldn't see that.
I would like Shadrach to roll a d10, please.
A 2, sir.
Okay. Well, unbeknownst to everyone down in the lower area of the temple, who is busy either trying to process what just happened with an exorcism and the sound of it, a voice from the door says, "So you would have her renounce her faith, would you, Shadrach?" And as you turn around and look, it is Abbot Patrick.
I have my opinion, sir. And that's all.
I heard your opinion. It's not welcome here. But unlike you, who decides to come to our holiest of holy places and decry the very faith that enabled you to perform such a ritual, I am consistent in that which we believe in: charity, safety, and sanctuary. Even someone like you, who denounces our faith in this most holy of holy places, is still going to be given the sanctuary and hospitality that the faithful of this church and this religion believe in.
Praise the light of the blend.
But that does not mean I have to let you stay here. So remove yourself from this place now.
I've never denounced your faith, ever. I denounced personal choices, not your faith.
I heard what I heard!
Sing it.
I heard what I heard! Don't try to double speak me, you...
If anyone knows double speak, it's you, bureaucrat.
And you can't help yourself, can you?
I turn and leave. I turned into, I shape changed.
You need to make a wisdom check for me, please. Oh, I'm sorry, not a wisdom check. You need to make a saving throw versus spells. If you have a sanctified area where you're trying to cast a spell that hasn't been involved with one of the faithful, use a magical ability then. Fine, let's argue about it, Sean. Just fucking roll, please.
All right. I rolled a 14. Not counting any wisdom bonus.
With some difficulty, you shape change.
I turn into a skunk and waddle out.
Havoc Patrick then turns to Vanessa and says, weren't you supposed to be tending to the wounded in the infirmary?
Yes, I was.
Do
This
they-
was important, sir, and I apologize for Shadrach's behavior. I have invited him in on several occasions.
What is most important to our faith?
Healing, caring for the injured.
I begin to fear, and then he notices that Heikel and whoever else is in the room, he says, you all can leave now.
All right. Is that out?
So once the room is clear, Havoc Patrick turns to you, Vanessa, and he says, when I was told of what was occurring here, I felt sad.
It is a good thing we've done.
But at what cost?
I think it's benefit, and I'll clean up the vomit. I apologize for that.
Is it worth not tending to the needs of those that I asked you to? Are you now the decider of what healing should take place in this holy sanctuary?
No, sir. And I apologize for abandoning my task, but I was not myself, and I found it hard to function because the sacred bundle that grants me wisdom was not with me, and I lost my wits. Now, those things have been set right, and I must admit that you have shown me that I have lost sight of our goals as a faith. I am devoted to the blend, and I need to refocus my studies, my chores, and my attention to preaching the faith. I was anxious to go on the road, but the wide world has shown me that there's still much to learn.
I would like you to make a charisma check with advantage, please.
Hooray! That will definitely help. 17 plus that is 23.
Okay. he says, this is the part of this job I don't like. Because old me would have looked you square in the eye and said, she needed to go. She was evil. I can only imagine what pain she must have caused. I would have no issue with you even violating the chain of command, using this holiest of holy places. If it wasn't for Gaddy being here, I would really be upset. But unfortunately, I'm not that person anymore. And I'm not even sure if Shadrach understands what being a bureaucrat is, but he's kind of right. But that was my choice, and I sure as shit am not going to be disrespected in my house.
It was timely that you showed up, because I was just getting my dander up as well. The things he was saying are not very, I mean, he was talking of actions, but he was definitely disregarding our faith and everything it stands for.
He is not the first member of the circle that I have dealt with. Though everyone is unique, they all have something in common, which is they have their faith and where they get their abilities and granted powers from and what they pray to and what have you. There are many times when a druid's stubborn adherence to their codes has caused more trouble than it was worth. I'm not going to go that far and say that Shadrach is at that point, because right now they're just words. It's unfortunate for him that he thinks that words are just words, and he doesn't understand that in this place words can actually manifest whether you want them to or not. What are you doing?
Poets, priests, and politicians
Dirt on my glass?
all
No,
have words to thank for their
I just tried to get you
positions.
to give me Kleenex so I could clean my glasses. I forgot to wipe them off, so I had to cool them.
So, one thing you can't do with these druids is you can't convince them otherwise. They would have to conform, and that's just not who they are, and it's not what they do.
He's very set in his ways.
So, here's the way this is going to happen. First of all, you need to tell your friends that you need to spend some time here in the temple, possibly months, in
That is my plan.
in deciding and thinking about what you've done. I am going to also allow you and Pikel to how do I say this now? Apparently what you all have done has caused a few I don't even know what the right word would be. There are emissaries coming here from all over the Republic, and we aren't ready to receive them. Because apparently there have been multiple omens and signs that something has happened and that things have changed. I am not a chosen one. I never have been. but apparently there are priests coming from the Manus Mountains, and from Czechs, and even I was told that the Praetor might be coming from Telor, but who knows? There's also a rumor that the Praetor hung himself yesterday.
In Tila?
Yes.
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
No, it doesn't. And I'm loath to even consider that what you guys have done has some connection to that. So, I don't need your friends going around talking about what you've done. Nobody does. You don't need to upset our congregation. I don't think it's a good idea.
No, this is not something to be celebrated.
If somebody comes to you and asks about why the stars look different, tell them you have no idea.
Well, I don't. And I appreciate your support, Abbot Patrick. I always have, from the time you took over in such an unfortunate circumstance. You've given me the leeway that Abbot Wakanda did not share. But I have learned, and I'm rededicating myself. I do intend, in the long term, to head north and attempt to build a temple in the area of the Deepwater Fort, but I think it might be too soon. So, study, perhaps get in some sermons as we discussed before, and try to connect with the people.
You may go, sister.
May I clean up this mess?
No. They're,
I leave. I bow. With whatever blend gesture is appropriate to the abbot's stature, and I leave the room. I head, what time of day is it? I head to wherever's appropriate.
It is still not quite yet time for dinner. So, where do Tamark and Pikel end up? Go ahead, Pikel.
I get the courtyard outside of the, I guess, do we go to the temple to get there?
You can.
I didn't know which way we went in. I would be out there waiting around.
You want me to post a map on the Jib Jab, sir?
He's talking to you, Clark.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. I just didn't know where we were in relation to it since we were like underground.
Oh yeah, does it show the
steps?
Courtyard.
The steps that go down are right behind the, not right behind, but just set a little bit behind the altar of the temple. And
is that the little domed area?
I don't think that they
That's
are.
the bell tower.
I don't think they're. Yeah, so it's like if you were to look up from the hole in the ground where the steps go down, it would continue up into the bell tower. It's like the original thing.
So we did between the courtyard and between the temple and the crafting area then, right?
But if you go to the courtyard is between the temple and the infirmary, which is on the left of the map.
The temple's the big building in the middle, right?
Correct.
And the entrance right there between the where all the crafting area is.
I don't think if there's a door on there, that might be the doorway to the cellar, like the root cellar. I'd have to pull up the map real quick to take a look.
I'm looking at the map. I have it on the wall here.
Yeah, it doesn't show a hole in the ground or anything
No,
like that.
it didn't, and that's fine because I didn't tell them to put it on there yet.
Well, if there's any details you want me to add to the map, tell me and I'll add them.
All right, so I mean the map that I'm looking at here, you're just looking at the roof.
Yeah.
So
It's all above ground. Yes, this is all above ground. Yeah.
You were supposed to show the floor plan, dude.
I
did do a floor plan.
I see. So this map here, yeah, it doesn't actually show the courtyard. I think you might have forgot it.
Revision A.
Well, you just tell me where the courtyard goes, and I'll put it there.
Well, I think if we look back
Now, I made a nice map of the actual building with all the rooms and everything, but you didn't like that one because it was more of a dungeon map than that. You wanted a big regional
Overview, yeah.
Yeah. But I also did the other one, and I have it right here, and I will, if you don't have that picture already, I'll post it again.
Throw it on the jib jab. Maybe it's got the courtyard.
Hang on, let me go find it.
Okay, so I guess I didn't notice that the courtyard was missing. That's my fault. Because
You griped to me about the garden.
I okayed the go-ahead and then I didn't.
No,
Not
that's
do
fine. Just tell me what you want, add it to it, that's fine.
I don't want him to do a bunch of work and then. So if you
For nothing?
for nothing.
Nothing. What do you got in your mouth? Nothing.
All right, so let me
Entertain you.
see if I can just start changes. Hit save, you son of a bitch. Okay. Alright, so let's go.
Mr. Son of a bitch to you.
I'll go back to this. And so what I just sent
Alright, here's
the jib jab is my original hand drawing. Cut it out, you fucking fuckbag. So what you can see if you
I'm gonna
if you look at it is
here comes your dad.
Jason, I'm taking you're sending something?
The one that I drew that basically the dungeon map that you it's the more straightened up version of what you put on there.
Okay, maybe I didn't see it.
Yeah, you did, because you told me it was too small for the map you wanted when I was first started drawing the map.
Oh, okay. So let me see here. So, okay, so now this does show the
The
courtyard.
barracks and the infirmary.
What it does not show is the barracks or the dormitory, which would be off the top of the picture, the north.
Which are both two-story structures, correct?
Yeah, so
Okay.
what we're looking at here, what he just sent, is correct. The left of the screen, bottom left, is part of the stable. And then above that, all those small
Yeah.
rooms, that's all the infirmary. And then you got the courtyard, which is in between the infirmary and the temple.
And that's got the little circle in it.
And then
What's
that
center?
in the center right of the right wall That is under the underground. That's like the little root cellar where you guys did some kind of, you spoke with Dead down in there.
Okay.
Isn't that the old abbot?
Yes. That was the old abbot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the old abbot that
But he'd been murdered.
And then above the courtyard, there's the dining, the mess hall, and then the kitchen. And the kitchen's the one with the 4 doors.
The kitchen is the one with that little dome structure. That's the chimney. And
Yeah, correct. So where they can
yeah.
bake things and put on the big giant pot to make stew and what have you. And then to the left at the top, that's the abbot's house. So,
and the bell tower is
So-
above that, correct?
yeah, Jason, I apologize for the bell tower is on the temple itself.
No, don't apologize. It's fine.
Maybe you just are a lot better at art, and when I see it, I'm like, God damn, that would take me 6 years, and you're just like, done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Brad showing us some diapers or something.
I love drawing maps.
All right, so anyway, I forgot. Oh, somebody was asking where the. So as you're looking at the thing Jason just sent, up in the top, say top third is where the altar would be, and then like 10 feet behind the altar would be like a 10-foot square darkened area, which would be steps that go down, and that's where you guys went down to the. And if you look up from where the steps come up, that goes straight up into the bell tower, and you could actually see the bell up there. Okay. So we'll continue to refine that as we have all the time in the world, and then we will go back to there, I think. No?
I figured the guardhouse and the dormitory had wooden roofs, but that was just most of those buildings had wooden roofs. They didn't have stone roofs.
No, yeah, I was thinking thatched.
Well, that's the barn. The barns are thatched. The stable is all wood, and of course the crafting area is all wood. But I figured the temple itself was all stone. Plain tile roof.
Okay. So, Pikel, you went to the courtyard. And Tamar, where did you go? Did you stay with Pikel, or
Yeah,
did
I'm
you do
just going to
something
stay
else?
and talk to him.
Okay. So then Shadrach, when you skunked your way out, where did you go?
Well, a skunk would rumble out into the crafting area, and if I cause too much of a disturbance, I'll turn back to myself. But I'm not leaving the wall yet. I want to cast a spell when I get. I'm gonna go towards the orchard, but I'm not leaving the wall.
I didn't say because I didn't want to interrupt the flow, but you know, a skunk will cause some consternation amongst anyone that comes across it. So you can take it as read that as you exited the temple, if somebody was walking, they were like, "Holy crap!" or "Oh my goodness!" And then as you came around the corner,
If I hear an outcry, I'll turn back to myself.
okay, so as you turn back, somebody's like, "See, I told you." And one's like, "You didn't know, Roscoe. Shut up."
But yeah, my skunk transformation was strictly for the abbot. So I'm sure he got the point.
Testing?
Okay, and then
Yeah, the abbot kicked me out, Bart. So
Well, you know.
where do you go, Skunky?
I'm just gonna go to the orchard. I'm not leaving the wall. I'm not going outside the wall yet, but I'm gonna go to the orchard and I'm gonna cast a spell when I get there.
Okay. So you make your way to the orchard, and the sweet smell of blossoming trees are All around, you see monks somewhat leisurely tending, looking for things, possibly pruning, checking the state of the orchard, and you change back into your human form and cast a spell. What spell do you cast?
I'm going to summon animal summoning 1. I'm going to summon a hawk or an eagle if I can. And then I'm going to cast another spell. Let me find animal summoning 1 to be straight up here.
So you
I'm
are...
going to cast,
Well, let's do one thing at a time. You cast the first spell.
animal summoning 1.
How many animals are you calling?
As many as I can.
Well, it says up to 8 of 4 hit dice or less of whatever the caster names when the summoning is made. Only animals within range of the caster will come.
Alright, then I'm going to cast, I'm going to summon 8 crows.
Okay.
Once I summon 8 crows, I
Roll
will choose one of them.
Roll percentile, please. Let's see if the crows show up.
Okay. Oh. 48.
Okay. The spell is successful and 8 crows come and alight around you and in the trees and on the ground.
Then I will cast Speak with Animal. Let me find the exact spell here. I've got lots of spells to look at, but I wanted to either do Druid Sight or Speak. Okay, Speak with Animals.
Are you unable to speak Crow?
Yes, I do, and so I will do so. I wanted to make sure that they understood me. I will call to them and say, go forth into the woods. Look for the women in yellow. If you see them, tell me. Come back to me and tell me. I will be here. And I will focus in my mind what these women look like and tell them, women in yellow, ragged, dirty, women in yellow. If you see them, don't hesitate to return to me and tell me where they are. Because I have a feeling they're going to go to my nest.
These crows, I would like you to roll me a charisma check, please.
Yeah, I'm not commanding them, I'm asking them, yeah. I rolled an 18 plus my charisma, which is 15, so 33.
So 7 of these 8 crows seem to be paying attention. There's one crow that does not seem to be paying attention.
Yeah, you can't make attention no matter what you do, bitch.
Yeah. I want some acorns, bitch. What's up?
And as you give them the
request,
when you give them the mission, they fly off except for the one. The one remains and then turns to you and says in southern tongue, why would you forsake your sisters
gone.
It continues to stare at you and says, they have traveled from far, far away only to have your rudeness inspire their cruelty. These may be of the same coven, but those that you claim to have mistreated you are long gone. The last of them was sent into the afterlife this day. You should also know that she had a family besides the fourth daughter. And they may or may not wish to receive answers. It is only through sheer luck that she was estranged and with us. Do with that what you will. Yes?
I asked one question only. Did they seek to make peace with me?
Your circle has protection, but you test the limits of their patience. We suggest
I understand.
We suggest you seek atonement with your elders, for you are on an island. And it flies away.
I go to my nest. I start walking towards my nest. If they're gonna get me, they're gonna get me, and I'll just face it.
Bart!
That is the balance.
Yeah. I make a couple rolls before I leave, off.
Little. Drunk.
Yours?
I would like to read to you something, and you can...
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, doing what you desire to do is within your capabilities.
Huh?
In other words, you understand and know how to do this task.
Okay.
No ordinary items should be a part of what you're trying to do.
I don't understand that.
Once it is obtained, you have to prepare it.
Okay.
Normally, this stage takes from 2 weeks to a month.
Oh, just cleansing?
Additional ingredients at this stage will cost at least 500 gold,
Right.
if not more. And once that is done, you are now ready to begin the ritual. You must first cast a certain spell, and then you can cast the other spell onto it.
We have to cat first.
and you should decide what level, or I guess in second edition it only works that way. And then you have to cast permanency.
Okay.
If all these steps have been performed correctly and without interruptions, the item will be created. Maybe. Process is
Right.
long and involved, and there are many opportunities for unintended error. Thus, when all is said and done, a success roll must be made. The base chance of success is 60%, plus 1% per level, and then plus if any unique or special things are added to the process. So, I'm going to say that the first two items that you messaged me are,
Yeah.
are ready.
Okay.
And would you like me to roll, or do you want to roll?
Go ahead.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Come on, Brad, roll your face.
I gotta roll, Cal.
Nothing like that, right?
You're going to roll percentile,
The same.
and you're going to tell me what you rolled.
Alright.
No, I'll be asleep if I have any of that.
2?
0-2?
Yep.
All right. And roll that again.
100. That one didn't work.
Okay, that happens sometimes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm going to look back at your message,
Okay.
and I am going to randomly roll which item you rolled 0-2 for and which one you rolled 100.
Okay.
That way you don't know.
That's good.
As far as you are concerned,
They're both good.
they're both good.
Yep.
So let's go back to here. Okay. So okay.
I think that was the problems in protected on the missile.
Okay, so I will assign that, and that. I would like you to roll me another D20.
1.
Okay. Okay. And okay. 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 We got it.
2.
So, Bartholanthus,
Make them, oh,
you can now do whatever you want. The items are complete.
Okay.
What would you like to do upon finishing?
Draw a courtyard stretch. This man.
Okay, so when you leave your either shelter or mansion or whatever it is that you cast,
Right.
The first thing you would see is Shadrach in the grove, pointing at a crow, and then the crow flying away. And did you see the map that Jason drew of the monastery?
No.
If you look on D&D Jib Jabs, that messenger thread, he put it in there. So
Okay.
you're coming from the north and you're walking down. You come out of the forest through past the 50-yard clear cut between the wall and the forest, and then you come into the grove, and that's where you see Shadrach. So if you want to interact with him, you may, or you can.
I just watch, listen.
Well, that's about it. And then he's there and you're there.
Do I see Bart?
Unless for some reason Bart's trying to hide, I would say yes, because everything's pretty open and the sun's up.
I will hold up my hand to him in greeting and bow.
What's up?
The abbot has thrown me out. I'm
What?
not allowed within the holy sepulchre anymore.
Get down.
I spoke my opinion, and that was all, and it was enough. I know what I know. He knows what he knows, and I was offensive to him within his purview, and I accept that.
So,
I'm afraid we won't get any help from these people in what we need to do.
let's finish it real good. I ain't gonna bring protection from all the missiles.
You offer Shad a ring?
Yep.
What is this?
It's a ring of protection from all the missiles. It's a gift.
A gift? Chad will examine the ring.
What does it look like, Brad? Bart?
It's a diamond ring with golden lace. It has, actually, where's that one? Let's see. Let me find it. It's got all the runes in it in light gold and the band. It's got an arrow. What the fuck is it? On the front of it. Done in, emeralds with ruby circle and cross thread.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored.
Well,
I will wear it.
Huh?
I will wear this honorably. Thank you.
So I got it.
Dad puts the ring on.
Okay.
Still looking at it.
Add that to your inventory. And I think he told you what it was.
Yeah.
Whether it works or not is another thing.
Yeah. Let's test it.
Yeah, shoot me with an arrow. Let's see if it works.
I didn't think it would kill.
Throw something at me.
Huh? Yeah, there you
Throw
go.
something at me.
It's good humorous.
Oh! Oh, it doesn't work. It's still pretty though.
Yeah, it's pretty. See.
Whether it works or not, Shad will keep it.
Cool. Where the fuck is rings?
But Tolkien says accepting rings from elves is usually a bad idea.
It's pretty rainy nonetheless. I mean,
Does he have any crazy dark visions?
No, the ring he gave me was all pretty and stuff, and the one ring was very plain, so except for the writing on the inside. Only could be seen if it was hot.
Okay.
Oh, Chad is happy to accept a gift from Lord Bart, Prince Bart.
All right. So while Brad is doing something over there, let's move to.
trying to find control work and stuff.
We can move to Vanessa. So Vanessa, you have left the temple, and do you do anything specifically I need to know?
If I see Gaddy on my way out, I will thank him for his help and apologize if I got him into any trouble. And if he needs anything from me, please ask. And then I will go to the infirmary.
Okay, and you make your way over to the infirmary, and what do you do there?
I tend to the wounded, and I clean up where it's needed and do my monthly duties, my priestly duties.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. And how about Pikel and Tamar? What do you guys end up doing in the courtyard? Do you have a conversation, or do you just sit in silence and
I was going to talk to him.
go ahead?
So, I really haven't got to talk to you, Pikel, so, I really don't know what you do. I can tell you what I've done here. So last time I was here,
Hold on. Somebody needs to go to mute or something. I'm hearing an echo from somebody. I think that took care of it. Somebody, a bunch of people were
I
like,
think it was Brad.
okay. All right, go ahead,
So,
Tamar.
last time I was here, the abbot was murdered. This guy came in to steal.
While you're talking, I'm going to go make my son pizza.
There was a object or something, as I can't remember exactly what was, hidden in his room, and we found it in the guy came for it to take it, and I seem to remember it was hidden inside of this magical bag that the one guy could put all kinds of stuff in, and it just keep putting shit into it, from my understanding. So I don't know whatever happened because I left right after that. So I have questions, and I was just curious, what you guys have been doing, what's been going on here, what the adventures have gone on.
I'm with you are, because right when I picked up, we went off to chase after the giants. So you're in the loop as I am. You probably know more of the past than I do. I first been part, we were fighting the Herbal Zanzic and the Shadow King. The one, the Scorpion, the father of the barbarian guy. What was his name?
Barbarian guy.
Yeah, I forget what his...
There's these two elves that were foreign elves that spoke this weird language. And the one left, and then there was just the other guy. And I don't know of any barbarians.
It was, I can't think of his name now. He younger red-haired guy, he played the barbarian. And his father.
A nay-hole to you.
Yeah, a nay-hole. A nay-hole's father. Murder King.
I don't believe I've ever...
Scorpion clan.
I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It's just kind of hard, you know. It's been a while. A lot of stuff happened. So, maybe that's right. Was he like a monk or something?
No, that one. What was his name? Your character.
I'm not there, man. Kelf.
Oh, what was your character's name?
Master Kelf.
Oh, man, that's Master Kelf.
No, then I never met this other one.
He was ugly as ugly as you leave out on the corner.
So at that, you've never really seen my face because I've always had a hood over it. So I lean in and I'm like, ugly, huh? So, hold on here, I need to. Give me 1 second here.
Two characters with completely divergent information now meet.
What do you want?
Alright, so as I pull back my hood, you see a guy who has black, short hair, no beard, green eyes, and my face has claw marks across it, and on my neck you see these two big like bite marks freaking it where like it's healed all gnarly and shit. And I was like, I was attacked by wolves in the wild, and I managed to fend them off, and this is the aftermath of it. So I'm not exactly the prettiest thing to look at. And then I pull my hood back up over my head.
Alright. What am I looking off? Alright, he doesn't react much to it. So, what do you think of this whole situation?
I don't know what to think. I don't know enough to think anything, honestly. I mean, I don't know what's really going on. I don't know what really anything means. I have no idea the after effects or the big picture. Hell, I don't even have a small picture. I've been looking for my family, and last I had some clues as to where they might have happened to them, but none of it panned out. So
Yeah. There's
at one point I thought perhaps they were kidnapped to be enslaved as presents to the drow, but I have no proof of that. I think that's what they call themselves, as dark-skinned elves that live in the ground. They, the one was following us around. He had this giant worm. And it ate like Shadrach twice or something, I seem to remember.
Did you say he ate Shadrach twice?
Yeah, I clearly remember at least once. But I think it happened twice though. And things just don't really like him.
Yeah, he has that effect on people.
Yeah, he's one of those things that if it grows on you, It's like something that you don't want to grow on you.
Well, people come in to remove those kind of things usually.
I mean, I don't have anything against him, but he seems to always say the wrong thing at the wrong time. But, you know, so you just got one of those people. So how about you? I mean, I'm from Czechs, so I mean, I've lived most of my life in the area around here. Forest, hills, mountains.
Well, I'm from Hills and Region, land battle here. I'm the owner and proprietor of Riverhead Mine. Obviously a priest.
So you like a war priest or healing priest or fighting priest or?
They're priest. And I guess I don't have none of my stuff on me, but a master craftsman. I guess I'm my auger would be pretty well kept and nice, so everything I'd have would be pretty darn high quality. But I was
So you fought some giants. So how did you come to across this witch that you guys just sent to the afterlife?
Well, she came across us. Let's go and take us to Caesar. But that kind of went south thanks to our good friend.
Shadrach?
Well, Shadrach, he has a good part of it. A little impromptu fireball from the over-anxious wizard. But either way, I think it was going south at one point or another.
It just went a lot further south sooner than you hoped, huh?
That's what happens dealing with humans most of the time.
Oh, well.
Yep, you guys just ain't got the patience.
Oh, yeah, we don't tend to live as long as you guys, and we tend to like to just get shit done. We don't have time to wait around. But I understand your point.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I wasn't sure on dice.
Oh, yeah, I was just trying to get an idea of what's going on here, and what I got myself in the middle of.
We always manage our way out of it. Warden's hammers upon me, I know that for sure.
I'm kind of hungry. Ain't it getting late in the day?
Yeah,
Close
we
to
should find.
bedtime.
Considering you're in the courtyard, you can smell the kitchen from here.
Oh, far nose.
All right, so Bart, how long,
Popeye.
what's next for Bart and Shadrach?
Chad says to Bart, will you join me in my receptacle?
Yeah, I mean that.
That being said, if Bart joins me, I go to my nest with Bart.
Yeah, holy.
Okay.
Admiring my ring as we walk along, and I'm gonna say to Bart, I say we need to go to the eggs soon. We're wasting our time here. These people here have no idea.
Yeah,
There's so much. What?
We're gonna bury it deeper or what? We're gonna do it.
We need to go to it and examine it closely and protect it personally, because I have a feeling in my gut that the Acaramans have returned. Just something tells me that the egg is in danger, and we need to protect it. At the very least, we need to go see that it is still where it is.
I agree.
The witches, I believe the witches want to make peace with me, and I understand that. And I hate to ask this of you, but your strength and your power would give me great reinforcement if I should meet them again, because I don't want, as much as I want to harm them, I know that they are not the ones who harmed me. And there must be some kind of reconciliation between us. I need to move forward. And until this reconciliation happens, I can't move forward. And the protection of the egg is part of it. And I think perhaps they may add to the protection of this egg. I don't think they want the egg. It's very confusing to me. I'm very confused, and your ancient wisdom is much value. Will you join me on my trek to the north, to the egg?
Yeah, of course I will.
Thank you, Prince. I don't know what experience you've had with my people, the Aelorian Circle, but I value all of what you have provided so far. And this ring will be remembered for a long, long time.
Bart.
Yeah, I will.
Bart.
Yeah.
Bart. I know there's no way that Brad would remember this, because I know Brad. But does Brad remember Wendell?
Yeah.
Do you remember Wendell's druid?
Yeah.
He was a member of the Aslorian Circle. So you...
Okay.
This is not an unknown term
Right.
at all.
Woody Two Shoes.
All right. Back in a minute.
I never knew that Wendell played a druid. I'll
Yeah.
just say that right now.
Oh, that's right. You had moved on. You weren't around then.
Yeah.
That kind of like gets me right here now.
The Argorian Circle?
May he play in peace.
You know, and I'll say this, me and Wendell had a lot of disputes politically, but I always loved him, regardless.
I thought for sure you were around when he played Woody, but I guess not.
No, and I regret that I never got to, tell him that I loved him when he passed on, because that was the time when he and I were arguing a lot about politics, and it was
Trivial shit.
Oh, shit.
yeah, and I felt really bad about it, and I was like, God damn it.
Nobody got to say anything because it was
I
fast.
know.
When did he
Yes,
die?
and that was what really got me.
A couple
because
years.
I've never ever hated Wendell.
No.
But I gave him some serious ragging
What happened?
on Facebook.
I wanted to punch him a
Family
couple
didn't
times,
release
but I
any
never hated
God
him.
damn, I used to
He's found him
me and
dead.
Wendell, and we had some very deep, weird experiences together, and I loved him deeply, and regardless of
I
all that
remember
stuff.
you staying that
So,
one.
and I
That's a
tried
while
to
back,
and he even blocked me. He blocked me like twice. I was like, come on, man. Come on. I was like, no. Because I give him some serious ragging, and and after the fact, you regret that.
You're going all Shadrach on
Was it
him.
Olympian Village anywhere?
Really, yeah, you're right. And but every time I did it, I was laughing, and I was like, he just didn't get it. So he
LOL, don't cut it.
No, he took it.
Sometimes
You're right. No, he took it far more personal than it really was, because in person, he wouldn't have taken it the same way. I'm sure.
Right.
Oh, I think it's
And that's
politics.
why I hate social stuff, because you can't really get you can't look me in the face and hear me. Because I say a lot of really acerbic, nasty stuff, but because I'm saying it to you and patting you on the shoulder at the same time. It's like, this is just noise. And, because oh my God, the shit me and Wendell went through and did. No, my God. I got stories.
Okay, so
In fact, the way that he went, I thought it would be me before him, so
I hate
Lord.
to be like this, but either we need to get everybody back together, or we need to just scoot ahead a couple months and people can decide what they want to do. We're just not getting anything done right now, so
let's gather up.
tell me, like Vanessa, I mean, it's if you guys can't come up with a way to move the story forward, Daryl's gonna fucking quit. So I need to fucking say, hey, either come together or we're gonna skip ahead 6 months and you can tell me what you want to try to achieve in 6 months. So we'll start, since I invoked Daryl's name, I would like to start with him.
Well, my plan is for Vanessa to retire to the monastery, and I'm going to take a break for a little while because I'm getting ready to run another game, so that'll give me a chance to focus my attention on that.
Okay.
So she makes that known to the group. Move ahead with your destinies, Pykel. She gives you a vial of fire protection. There's 2 doses in it.
Thanks, sir. Okay.
It lasts 4d4 rounds,
Me too.
and I think a save cuts it in half. Fire protection. Safeguard the egg. Go to it.
All right, looking for the pistol of writing shit down.
My mission is here at the monastery.
All right, Bart, go ahead. Go ahead, Bart.
I give Vanessa a ring.
Okay.
Every time, and you can understand everyone comes through that. Who crosses your path, sorry.
I can't understand what you're saying.
I said I gave you a ring of tongues.
Oh,
Understand everybody who comes across your path.
yeah, I know the spell. Thank you. Bart. I don't know what to say.
And you,
If you ever need my help or consultation, or healing, all you need to do is ask.
Might need that. We ever come popping in here on a day and yeah.
Right? If you show up, you know I'll heal you.
Let's see.
And what was it? How many D4 rounds?
4 D4,
3-4.
and the save will cut it in half. No, cuts the damage in half. That's it. Fire protection. 2 doses.
Probably protects you from normal fire, right?
It just says fire.
You use it twice a day,
Oh,
and it works as per the spell, because it doesn't last long, so.
okay, so it's like casting the spell?
Just like casting spell, you get 2
All right.
a day.
Thank you. And I admire the craftsmanship.
Okay, what about you, Shadrach?
After my conversation with Bart, I will tell him that I need to speak to Vanessa before we go.
Well, considering that she just told everybody what her plans were, you can speak to her now, or you can pull her aside.
I want to talk. I tell Vanessa, can we be alone for just a little bit?
What? Just whatever you have to say.
I don't want to.
We can go to the courtyard.
Can you join me? Join me in the orchard.
Very good. Yes.
And once we get to the orchard, I'll say, my beloved, I'm sorry, but you are you and I am what I am. And I have always adored you. I know that you are dedicated, gentle, and everything you do is for the greater good. And I admire that. I doubted you for a brief moment, and it was merely a brief moment.
I know it's...
You will always know.
I know it's genuine.
I never meant to defame you or decry you. Your dedication to your faith is part of what has attracted me to you, your strength of will. And I want you to know that you will always be able to find me. Never.
Yes. Yes.
And if you need me, you may call upon me, and I will come.
Thank you, Shadrach. You should follow your Aslorian circle and take your place.
I'm a man, and blood flows through my veins, and that is more than the Aelorian circle. And
I must rededicate myself to the blend.
You don't need to do that. You are dedicated now.
Before I can start my temple.
And I will be there waiting for you.
I look forward to that day. Protect the egg.
Sorry for any grief I've brought to you. I never intended to grief.
The travels have shaken my faith, and I just need to focus, return to my studies.
Your faith was never shaken. It was strengthened through rain and fire and tears and blood.
Yes. Yes.
Don't listen to those fools you're stronger than all of them and they don't know it and they're afraid of you.
I don't think that's it.
I do think that's it. Your strength, the abbot doesn't know how strong you are, and that's why he's afraid. He wants you to bow to him like a slave. Don't do it, Vanessa. Follow your truth. Follow what you are, and meet me again at the Deepwater Fort. I'll see you there. And I turn into a crow and fly away.
Travel safe, Shadrach. Let the light of the blood protect your path.
I'll find the others in crow form.
All right. Michael, what about you?
What am I gonna do?
Yes.
I'm gonna mention to Bart about my vision when I was trying to find the lair. And bring up the giant stone circle. I guess what Stonehenge like, but be really big.
Is it choice mark?
DM?
Yes.
The vision I had with that, was that like a Stonehenge type of ritual circle that I saw?
It was, as I described at the time, it was reminiscent of the thing that you've seen with Helios. It's like a half circle. That's what I seem to remember.
I'm going to bring up the, the deity, there's the great deity and the circle and the ritual area. And I don't know what means of seeing and searching for information you have, but I saw they're serving something pretty powerful, for good or ill, I don't know. But the dig is definitely something we need to get to. And we need to deal with the death cult.
Where's the main city gets flying up around your kilos?
Huh?
Where's the main city get geared up around your kilos?
I don't know.
Yes, she's in.
Okay, so after you talk to Bart, what do you do then, Michael?
Are we doing like a 4 month kind of thing? Or
You broke up, Clark. I couldn't hear you.
we're talking like off time, like with a pause, or are we actually just gonna venture off to do something else?
Well, that's up to you guys, but the way it appears to the dungeon is this particular story is over, and you guys ended it in the way that you chose to end it. So what I have done through my telling is now the next story is evolving from what you guys have done. So until something changes, you can just live your lives however you want to live it. So I'm just going around and seeing what everyone wants to do. We got one character that's leaving. You don't have, you have leads as to what's going on, but you're going to have to get there yourself until something else comes up. There have been avenues of information that I presented that didn't work out, and I don't want to fucking just force feed, well, you need to do this. I mean, so you guys just need to tell me what you've done. Why don't you think about it for a second? Let's move over to Tamar. Tamar, what would you like to do with your life now?
So, do you guys got plans? You guys, I mean, I'm in between jobs right now. Looks like your one companion, Vanessa, is gonna take off. So, can you use a fighter? I mean, I'm a sword. I can track.
I value your, yes, join us. We need everybody. What we do will decide the fate of this world for years to come. I'm sorry to lay that on you. If you wish to return to Tila and to your profession, I can't fault you, because what we are doing now will most likely put all of us in great danger.
I don't know what you're doing. Perhaps you should explain this to me. I have no idea what is going on. I've walked in the middle of something that has not been explained to me. So, whatever you want to tell me would be helpful. I mean, that give me a good idea on how to make a choice. But
There is a powerful magical item that whoever controls it will be able to shift the fate of many people. I began this mission, as you may recall, to set slaves free, but it's beyond that now. Prince Bart has joined us, the keeper of the dragon's shadow, and I believe that we are upon a new age. There is a magical item that my people have guarded and known of for many, many years. Prince Bart knows about it, and enemies from across the sea are now seeking to control it, and those who control it will have great power. And I believe that the people who now are trying to control it are evil and will do great harm to the world. And I personally value the balance of the world, and I see the balance being tipped woefully to the power of evil.
So if your organization controls it, or has had possession of it for a long time,
we know of it and we have protected it, but now it is in danger. And I feel that it is my mission to protect it. Prince Bart has his own notions and knowledge. Michael knows and has seen what we've been through, the powers that we face. And Michael, I ask you if you will join us, but you don't, return to your mountain if you wish. You have no obligation to risk your life and your faith.
Well,
But if you will join us, I will stand by you with all my strength. And that is all I can offer you.
so do you think those weird elves are coming for it then? The ones that we traveled with in the beginning?
I remember what you speak of, and I believe that there is a connection, but that connection is vague. I don't understand it. But we must return to the egg and ensure that it is protected. After that, I believe that we can answer questions that you will have.
Well, I mean, we can always talk along the way.
Did finance bring up the fact that there are people?
What? Okay. We'll leave the cigarettes.
What's that, Michael?
Did finance bring up the tidbit of information that priests were coming here to visit us?
Chad shakes his head and says, "I'm afraid Vanessa is lost us now."
I would have shared that in the months that you said passed, yes. I didn't think of it when you called on me.
But Chad emphasizes that we need to get to the egg, and that is my priority.
Well, I guess I do.
I agree.
If you don't wish to join me, I understand. Prince Bart knows the danger that we face.
Well, I'm always for protecting the world from evil.
Will you protect me?
You know, the
I will
world,
take your
yes.
protection as an honor. I've called you many foul names in the past. I've spoken against you. But I know that you are true, that you have returned. And I'm glad to know you again.
So I'm here to protect the innocent and protect the world from all evil. So
Then you will join us, and you will join us well. For I wish to protect the innocent, insofar as the balance. Prince Bart has his own agenda. I don't question it, but so far it has been to our advantage. But I rest my case.
well, I guess the sooner we leave, the sooner we can protect. Like I said, we got plenty.
Let's go now.
We got plenty of time to fill me in more thoroughly along the way. 'Cause it sounds like it's going to be a trip.
As you wish. We should prepare to leave now.
I'm ready.
I will say this, the witches may try to attack me, but I think they will think twice, as I have. And beyond that, I will prepare. I'm ready to leave now.
I don't know, you did basically tell them to stick their head up their ass and fucking fart in your own face, so.
Yes, I know.
Can't get away with words.
They don't understand and I don't understand, and there's a middle ground there. I don't think they're so eager to destroy me, and I am not so eager to destroy them.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, but we'll find out once we leave.
An animal cornered is its most dangerous. I'll leave it at that.
All right, so to move things along, where are you guys going?
To the egg.
And the egg and from there.
Okay. Does anyone say goodbye to Vanessa, or do you all you're gone one day?
Oh, I said my goodbyes.
You did.
Yeah, I say goodbye to everybody. Thank them for their help. If they need me for healing, I'll be here.
I did too.
Till we see again.
Okay.
My
Well,
bar is soap.
So I guess, Daryl, thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for allowing me to participate, man. I enjoy myself, but the timing works out where I can leave this character here, and when you'll allow a convenient comeback in the future, I hope that you'll greet me then.
Well, I'm sure Reginald is somewhere out there.
There's a lot of them out there. But yeah, man, thanks a lot. It's always good seeing you guys, and I'll be back. It's not goodbye, it's just see you for a little while.
So what day are you going?
Say what?
What day are you playing your game?
I'm sorry, what?
What day are you going to run your adventure?
On Tuesdays. I thought I might try to do both for a little while, but the way the story came to this point, it's like the perfect spot. So there you go.
Well, good luck with it.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, I guess with that, I'll drop out, and maybe your video will be enhanced.
Love you, Daryl.
Take it easy, guys. Love
Bye-bye.
you too. See you soon.
Hey, do you need anything going?
Oh,
Keep going. Keep going.
okay. So to everyone else, do you do anything before you set off? And who will be
Sorry.
leading the way, and how do you know where you're going?
Huh?
Well, I will be there. Or
Chad will say to Bartholansis, you can get us there right now, can't you?
No, I didn't study the spell. We can walk.
How long will it take you to study the spell?
Overnight, I'll have it in the morning.
If you all wish to remain in the safety of the monastery, feel free. I offer you the hospitality of my nest. I feel that you will be safe there. But
Sure,
that's all I have to say.
let's see what this nest looks like. It sounds like something new to me.
If you will join me outside the wall in the forest, I'll show you.
So are we all going to nest, or you guys
Sure,
staying
I'll be
here?
in the- I have
If Prince Bart wants to create one of his magical mansions, I have no objection.
Well, of course I do.
But I won't stay within the monastery grounds anymore. I'm not welcome there.
Well, it's too close to you. You take your sister decide to show up. If you're not in the monastery wall.
I can live in a hollow log, Prince Bart. I'm not put out.
I understand that. Don't mean no protection from the witches.
I don't think I think that I won't be attacked now.
I know we'll find out though,
That's just
right?
my opinion. And if they do attack us when we're together, I think they'll be making a serious mistake.
How about let's talk and more action. Get this thing going.
I agree. Let's go.
You said there's urgency at hand, so let's be urgent.
Let Prince Bart learn his spell, and we will be to the egg within an instant.
Besides, if these witches are really after you, we should know that.
Huh?
If the witches are really going to come after him, we should at least be known of that. So
I think if we do if Prince Bart does what he does, I don't think the witches will have a second thought. They won't even know. They're expecting us to take off on foot.
Well, maybe that'll attract you.
I don't think they'll be ready for what happened. I think that we should stand guard and protect Prince Bart while he studies. I can create a wall around us to protect us. If we go to my nest, we'll be protected.
I thought we were heading to your nest for the night.
Yes, let's go to my nest. Prince Bart will study his spell, and then we'll be there.
Okay. Well,
All right, so what are you all taking into the forest? All of your possessions, I assume?
Yeah. Things, weapons.
And does anyone have any animal companions?
yes, I have a dog.
Okay, does anyone have any wagons?
No.
His house. Donkey Dan's house.
All
We
right.
need to travel light, my friends.
Well then, let's put a little bit of BS onto this jam. So in the short distance between the monastery and the nest, Dan,
Yep.
roll a d20.
Just one.
One d20.
So which one is the encounter?
A 1.
A 1. Come on, 1. Come on, 1. 18.
No. Okay. So you make it to this supposed quote-unquote nest. What are they looking at?
They would see the undergrowth of the forest actually looks like a wall, kind of like almost like an igloo, but it's a big igloo. I think I've described it before, but you find yourself in the forest in almost like a dome structure. It's made up of twigs and leaves and vines that are all intertwined. And I hope there's a couple of crows there that might tell me if they've seen anything. Other than that, it's a big open space.
Wait. So this is a forest area that we're traveling through?
Northeast in the map, if you look at it, we go out of the gate in the orchard and travel to the northeast. And then we get to a point where the undergrowth in the forest is obviously a wall. It's like you have to make a major effort to get through it. And Shad shows you the way through, and you go through, and it's like this big domed area made out of twigs and leaves and vines. And it's open, and I mean, it's not comfortable, but you can see that it's an enclosed space that is protected. If anybody tries to get in there that I don't want in there, they're going to have to force their way in.
I would like a sketch of this.
It's consider okay. I'll give you the dimensions of the spell if I must.
No, you don't have to. I meant a sketch, like just a little quick pencil thing that you can put up in the messages. That's all.
Okay. Well, give me a minute.
Well, you don't have to do it now. Just whenever.
Okay. It's like a big dome of woods and vines, and it'd be obvious if you walked in and you'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
If you weren't invited, you'd be like, you have to do that as the spell says. You have to hack your way through it and push your way through it to get through. But Shad will show you the way through. And so yeah, there's like this big dome of woods. It's not a structure like a building, but it does light. A little bit of light gets through, but yeah, it's not comfortable for normal people, but it's clean. There's animal life. There's birds. It's not unnatural, but it's very structured, I would say. It's like a big in lieu of trees and vines.
So you guys enter, you're shown in by Shadrach, and inside of this nest is more trees, but without all the shit in the way. And so what do you guys do once you get in there?
Prince Bart, do what you need to do, and the rest of us, I think we should each take a watch until morning. And when morning comes, Prince Bart should do what he needs to do.
You can do the two that you do so well. See that?
And I will inform Tamar of what's happened. I will hope that Pikel will add his knowledge of what he's seen, since I'll tell Tamar about the fort, about the Battle of the Fort.
Just so you're aware, if Dan wasn't here, he didn't go back and watch the videos, so there's no way he's going to be able to fill in any blanks on his own. So
okay, I need a 5-minute break.
Well,
5-minute break?
Then we'll take a 5-minute break. Now, if you want to talk to one of the other guys while he's doing a 5-minute break, that's fine. Or you can take a 5-minute break as well.
Anything I should know?
Bart didn't know anything I didn't mention, because everything you already heard when we first got the recap when you met us. It's going to when they started this thing. Not a lot of blanks I could fill in.
So how about you, Bart?
What about Bart? I do live in a secure shelter and invite anybody who wants to come in, and I do my day.
They wanted to know more about the background.
The background of what we're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, oh, shit.
So the Acaramans, okay?
There you go.
Can people fill me in on this? So I was traveling with two of them, one left, and then this other guy was still traveling when I left. And he was some kind of like gladiator that claimed he died and stuff, and was brought back by the goddess of death. And the other one worshipped this death goddess too. And so is this that death cult that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta take care of them. We know where they're at now.
So those are the weird elves? I'm not exactly, I thought they were from the north or something though.
Weirdos. I don't know.
So,
Oh, you talking about Corella? You talking about that one dude, the gladiator elf?
yeah.
I'm not sure where he's from.
He was one of those Acaramans.
I know he hangs out with Acaramans because he came up to the gladiatory fights. Or his freedom.
Yeah, that's what I understand. He was one of them. He was like a captain who was betrayed, and then
He still is.
well, yeah, he got it. He got his title back or some shit, from what I understand, or was trying to get it back or something. He didn't like the one guy who was hunting us for a while, and then
Huh?
so like the guy who plotted to kill him, we ran into, and we ran him off because he was the one who started the slavery thing, and he claimed he didn't like that, but
The Giants started the slavery thing.
the Giants did?
Yeah.
So did the giants hire the Acaramans to procure slaves?
I believe so.
Okay, well, I don't know any of this. That's why I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, because I have no fucking clue. I don't even know where to start in the piece of
I'm
all.
still kind of clueless too, but you know, it's coming around slowly.
When you returned to Tila, Kmart, we went to the fortress called the Deepwater Fort. It was an Acaraman fort where they held slaves.
Okay, I remember you talking about heading there, or you were going to go to the coast or something to free slaves at the ship.
Yes. Well, there was a great battle. There was much destruction. The slaves were freed. I killed many people. Upon our return, Covidius returned to his people. I don't know why, but loyalty is loyalty.
Wait, I thought he didn't like what they became, so he freely went back and joined them to become a slaver?
He returned to his people. That's all I know.
Did you guys kill that one guy who supposedly betrayed him?
No.
No? Oh, well, so I guess he's freaking a slave himself.
Pause here for a second, gentlemen. So, Dan, what happened was we had a player who, for some reason, did not play the game in the style which I prefer, which is one of cooperation.
Okay, so Sean's
Not-
being Sean.
Yeah, and it was like, time to go.
Okay.
So as far as him saying there's no explanation, I mean, Sean had to go.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to role play.
So, well, if you weren't aware of, I mean, the explanation was,
So here, let's just make this really easy. Does it really matter? No.
no.
In the whole scope of things, you can make his character be a bad character at some point in the future or whatever. I just role playing it out. So you know.
All right.
So nobody knows.
To give Jason a break, I mean, there's not much he could say other than
I mean, if we don't know, we don't
the
know.
guy had it. Well, they have seen him since.
Oh.
Where did you?
Anyway, go ahead, Jason.
Okay.
We discovered this thing we call it an egg. I'm not sure if it's an egg. It may be. Prince Bart may have more knowledge of it than I do, but intrinsically I know that it must be protected. I've taken measures to protect it, but I feel that the Acaramans and the giants are a threat, and that they take control of this egg, that a lot of pain and suffering will fall upon the world that you and I know.
Okay, so you call it an egg, but you don't know it's an egg. So can you describe it to me so at least I know what I'm looking for if something happens?
It is an egg-shaped stone inscribed with runes. It is larger than a man, and soon you'll see it for yourself.
What color is it?
It's a stone.
Okay, so it's just a rock. All right.
Grayish, like granite.
All right. Do you know what the runes say?
I have surrounded it with 2 layers of strong plant protection and a complete covering of rocks. But any group of people with an endeavor could get to it and reveal it.
Okay.
I've done all I could besides sit on top of it, and now I'm willing to go back and sit on top of it. So,
Alright, so...
it's a powerful item, and if it falls into the wrong hands, much harm will come to the world.
Okay, so... You said that your organization that you belong to, Druids, has known about this and tried to protect it. So,
Yes.
so do they know what the runes say? Do they know what it is and they just never told you? Or is it privy knowledge only in higher groups? Or
My association with the Aelorian Circle was broken because of my original purpose, and I've had to adapt to a new purpose.
so what was your
So-
original purpose?
Shad laughs and says, my original purpose was to mate and be burned on a pile of logs. When the queen of my people, I was a drone. That was my purpose.
So
For
is
me-
that the Witch Queen that you guys just sent to the Netherworld?
God damn.
I don't know if you understand what happened to me. Originally, my people were destroyed by knights, warriors. They came and destroyed all of them, and I fled into the woods. And after I fled into the woods, the witches found me and took me and abused me and raped me. They used me in a way I never should have been used. I had a purpose. I had a focus. I knew that I was supposed to die in the fire. But now I see that I have another destiny. I understand that now. And my past often comes forward and affects my thoughts and my words. And that has caused trouble. You've known it. You've seen it yourself.
Okay. Well, you didn't explain a lot of that before. I knew you were tortured by the witches, and that was
I'm
it.
sorry. Well, it was very personal, and now, having come to this point, I see that you need to know this. Everyone around me who knows me needs to know this. I live for the balance. I've always lived for the balance. My life was to serve the balance. My death was to serve the balance. And I see now that all the others died, and I lived. So now, I must weigh that out.
So this circle, that you belong to that group to begin with, and you were supposed
Yes.
to be sacrificed by them.
I chose to be sacrificed
Okay,
by
all right.
them.
So does that sacrificing ritual have anything to do with this egg?
No.
And you're not aware of it, possibly. Is this some, like, possible thing they do to keep the egg in power or something so that it can keep on doing its thing to the world or whatever?
I believe that the preservation and protection of the egg,
I
it
understand that.
has to move forward. I believe that
So-
it has to move forward. There is something coming. And
I
they want to...
got that. I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of the blood burnt offering sacrifice is in your religions.
In my religion, it was simple. I was merely to... And Shadrach starts to cry. He's like, I was to impregnate the one, and she would bear the next child. And then I would die on the fire, but they killed her before I could do what I was supposed to do.
So what is the next child?
it's not important now. That's passed on.
But maybe it is, and we just don't know it.
I have fallen in love with Vanessa,
But
and I will not let her be the one. It can't be that way. She doesn't understand. You don't understand.
But
Stop.
you need to let us understand so we know what's going on. This might be important.
When I know, I'll let you know.
But maybe
Alright.
we can know now. You don't have to do everything on your own. We're a team. We're supposed to be a team. That means
Yeah.
we should use all of our strengths instead of hiding secrets from each
You
other.
say we are supposed to be a team, but I have my own agenda, Tamar. And I draw you into it. And I do this because I serve the balance. As Vanessa serves the blend.
Everybody has their own agenda, okay? That's just how things are. But if we're to help you and truly help you, then we need to know what's really going on. I mean, how can I be your friend and serve your purpose if you keep things from us, and then we could unknowingly do something that hurts you or your agenda because you kept it secret from us?
There are things I don't know, Tamar.
And that's fine, but I'm asking you stuff that you do know. I'm simply just asking, what was the purpose of the child?
To carry on, to be the next high priest of my people. I was only a drone, like a drone bee.
Oh, okay. I was just asking. I'm just trying to pursue all avenues so that if some minuscule or obscure piece of knowledge might be what we need in the future, at least if we know it, then we can, put it out to attention. I mean, everybody can't know everything. I mean, it's easy for even the smartest of us to overlook something that we consider menial or insignificant, and it turns out it's like the fucking one piece of information that we should have fucking all realized was the fucking key to everything. I've seen that happen before. Fucking Thieves Guild thinking that they're fucking overlooked something terribly obvious that would have saved their ass from me. Oh yeah, the fucking idiots. But yeah, that's another story. Go ahead.
I would say, if I may ask, Tamar should make a perception roll.
So is that what, 27?
D30 plus your intelligence, please. Give me a total.
$28 plus 18 is what?
Oh, that's a success.
You see Shad's eyes turn red with a tiny green pupil, and he kind of like leans in towards you, and he starts to like swell up a little bit and reaches out to like, then he pulls back and he's like, "Ugh."
Alright, what was that all about? You can't just let that go. I gotta know what that's about. I've seen you do that twice now. Or 3 times, I think.
I shapeshift into a bear.
Bear in the nest, bear in the nest.
Are you having problems controlling that? Is that what that is?
There's now a 6 foot tall black bear standing where Shadrach once did.
I still say to the bear, because it's obvious what... Because I've seen them turn to a bird.
Yes,
so
what, in the bear form, what is the clue that this was once Shadrach?
The bear's eyes are human.
So are you having problems controlling this? How would I put this? Supernaturalness of yourself which I'm not sure where it comes from. Is that why you keep having these weird, like, shifts, and then you're, like, pulling back from it? Is this emotional that keeps tripping these things on you?
The bear lurches forward
Dr.
and then falls to all fours, and then I return to human form on my hands and knees and say, you don't know. Soon I must face the circle. Soon I must prove myself.
Well, explain it to us. I don't know is right, but if you don't tell me, then
You
how
are
would I
not
ever
in the
know?
circle. You don't know, and you
No.
must not know.
So it's secret knowledge amongst your kind.
Yes.
All right, well, that I can understand at least.
Okay, pause there for a second.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. I would like to know what Pikel is doing right now while these two are having a discussion.
Having a second one.
Pikel's chuckling a little bit, mostly. What magic to help figure out something about the egg? He was thinking on his spell list.
Okay, what's Bart doing while these two are having a Nodwick cartoon from Dragon Magazine kind of moment?
I'm in my shelter sleeping.
So you did not go with them to...
No, he made it in
I went to the nest outside the nest site, perhaps your shelter that wasn't in there.
Oh, okay.
I said that right.
Okay. I guess the shelter fits inside what he made?
No, it's outside his.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so you guys, if you want to keep up this discussion, you may. Otherwise, we should move it forward.
No, that was the end of it.
Yeah, Kmart Shadrach is obviously distraught, telling you this. Tears are streaming down his face.
So are you on your hands and knees still?
I will stand up finally.
So
I
as
shakily, but I'll rise to my hands. I'll rise to my feet.
So as
and
he's
face you.
as he's crying and stuff, I'll pat him on his back and help him up, and I'm like, you don't have to be alone. That's what friendship is.
I've been alone for a long time.
Yeah, I've been alone a lot too, and it's nice to have a friend and someone to talk to sometimes.
In
Just
return,
remember
and I'm glad for that. And I called you a man-stalker and a murderer, and I regret that, and I take that back.
that. I never understood why you guys kept calling me a murderer. I'm literally known for taking my guys in alive.
I don't know that, and I didn't, and I took you for granted.
I literally told everybody that, but you guys kept telling me that I was a murderer and I was despicable for putting people to sleep so I could drag them back alive. But, that's just fucking life, so.
People like you hunted me, Kmart. I know this.
Yeah, well,
People like you brought those people that destroyed my...
oh, no, not people like me. I go after people who have been proven guilty in a court of law, and I bring them to justice to face the crimes that they've done. So I
I've
would
done that
anything
now,
would have
and I
tracked
regret
down
my
the people who did
judgment
the
of you.
terrible things to you.
I judged you unnecessarily, and I regret that.
We all make mistakes. It won't be the first time. It won't be the last. I made
You
plenty of mine.
returned and came into my sanctum. you, I find your levity most agreeable.
Well, perhaps we should get some sleep. Dude, actually, I'm hungry. Dude, we didn't fucking eat. Fuck, man, we left before the
You
fucking...
need to take a watch. I would suggest we each take a watch, just for.
Well, we need food first, man. I ain't going to bed on an empty stomach.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
There's food in the shelter.
I mean, I can provide good berries, and everybody will have a full belly.
I seen you throw those up just a little while ago. They can't. You sure they didn't turn bad on you?
No,
No, he says it with a big smile on his face, looking at you.
Can't laugh. He's like, there's plenty of food in here. There's plenty of berries to pick from if you wish.
Yeah, but haven't they gone bad by now? That's why you kept throwing up out there.
No, that was my.
He's got a big smile in front of his face. He's just...
That had nothing to do with the good berries. Good berries will never make you sick.
Well, right, because they turned into bad berries. That's why they made you sick.
No, my history with the witches made me sick.
All right,
It had nothing to do with anything that I produce.
does anyone do anything?
Berry.
Does anyone do anything I need to be aware of before you guys turn in?
Alright, I'm gonna cast a spell before bed, and then I think it worked.
Okay. What is the spell?
Don't roll for it, but it is Green Vision. What's like a green divination spell?
Did you say dream vision?
Thing? What's that? Yeah, dark in here.
That's hot too.
Dream vision. Common for priests from an oriental setting, otherwise very rare. That is a 3rd level spell. So considering this would be for an Asian setting, you will be required to make a very difficult religion roll to be able to cast this spell. Would you like to try it?
I'll try.
All right. So I have a adjustment in my mind. I'm going to set it on this dice here so that way there will be no questions about it. And I would like you to roll a religion check on a d20, please. You're going to roll a d20 and add your religion.
Michael before bed's going to concentrate on the egg and dragons and the dragon baby idea and eat a handful of funny mushrooms and chug a pint of ale and roll a 14 plus 18.
That makes 32. That,
And
under normal circumstances,
eyes will roll his head and he'll fill up like Shadrach and pass out.
under normal circumstances, that would be a success. However, on my dice here, I have a 12, which means as you begin to cast the spell, you're thinking about something you heard a traveler speak of back in Raven's Bluff. someone who appears to be from the Far East in some land or territory that you remember being called Nawaza. And you think, there's something to that. And you start to pull in your mana, and you start to form the spell. Material components for this spell are a bowl of incense and a robe of red.
I thought magic mushrooms and paint were a better idea.
Which is fine. You're allowed to do what you want in this game. I just have to assign the conditions to each time. And as you drink the last bit of wine and go to sleep, you think to yourself,
That's a really good one.
I'm going to talk to an egg. And you go to sleep. And you know that the spell didn't attach itself. And unfortunately it fails.
Alright.
But certainly a worthwhile try. And who knows, you may or may not try again changing the parameters, but that didn't work. Okay, anyone else want to do anything before you turn in for the evening?
So, you want me to take first or third watch?
Who are you speaking to?
To both of them. Because Bart is in his little castle thing.
I went to the shelter.
Yeah, I'll greet the dawn.
Alright, I guess I will sleep in here and I'll take third watch. Since he
No, Shan takes third watch.
or first watch.
Okay.
So,
Michael, you're on 2.
How about Bart, roll me a D20, please.
Oh no! 20!
Oh.
Oh,
All right. Not only does nothing happen, but you wake up the next day, and Shadrach, you hear the sound of crows outside.
mhm.
Get burger?
I'll walk outside the nest and try to talk to them.
Okay. Well, you can try. What do you say?
What have you seen? Have you seen the woman in yellow?
This might be a dumb question, but you can speak to them, but can they speak to you?
I speak Crow. I would assume speaking it lets me understand it.
All
Is
right.
that cool? Owl or crow? Oh,
They reply with the inference of an absence of the thing that you wanted them to find out.
I thank them.
They, to crows, thank you comes in the form of food, along with every other wild animal.
I will cast Goodberry and provide whatever Goodberries are summoned.
They take them and a couple of them hang around, but most of them leave.
And I'll go back to my friends.
All right.
Yeah, fact is that crows can't see the color yellow.
they can see women though. No, they can see.
They can't see yellow. They can see red, blues, and greens and combinations of that, but they can't see yellow for some reason.
But I told them to look for women, ragged women.
And yellow.
Yep.
Yeah, they seen gray. They seen women in gray. So that.
Clark, I don't know whether you're kidding or telling the truth.
No, tell the truth. They can't see yellow.
They may be colorblind. I don't know. A lot of animals are colorblind.
I'm full of useless information.
Me too.
That's actually funny that he asked them to go find women in a color they can't see.
Okay, I'm not doubting anything anybody has said. I like it the fact that I have a computer in my hand, and I just typed in can crows see color, and here's what it says. Actually, crows have better eyesight than humans. While we can only see light in a combination of 3 primary colors, red, blue, and green, crows' eyes perceive combinations of 4 colors. The particular nuance of yellow used for the garbage bags has the effect of blocking one of those 4 primary colors.
I thought it could be yellow. No, or maybe it's a
This rattles the crow's eyesight, and as a result, it cannot see what's inside the bag. In other words, the idea behind the yellow garbage bags is to use the crow's superior vision to their disadvantage.
Anyway, yellow, I think I couldn't see it.
So, if the crows saw something yellow, it would stand out nonetheless.
I wasn't actually expecting anything to contradict Clark. I don't even know if it does by what I just read. I'm not sure I understand it. But anyway, just more
What it's saying is
just more
crows
useless information.
recognize yellow, but don't recognize yellow. They know that it's a garbage bag, but they don't know what color it is.
I don't know what's
So-
in it.
Yes, they can't perceive beyond that. It's a garbage bag.
So what I think it's saying is because it sees in terms of mixed colors, it can do that, but it can't with yellow. So like it would be able to see through the garbage bag to see that there would be like a blue or green or something.
Now see right here it says something needed to be done, and with the help of Professor Sugita, a yellow garbage bag was developed that the crows can't see. A special kind of yellow that crows can't see, but the exact hue is a company secret. So I think Clark was correct.
But just with one hue.
So
It's just a sticker.
At the same time, the crows would say, "Hey, that's yellow."
all right. Anyway, all right. So you guys are all awake now, and you can do whatever you'd like. Now, here's what I would say to the players. So, what is your goal for the foreseeable future? Where are you going?
Checking on the egg, and then probably heading back to the islands.
But your first goal is to teleport to where you remember the egg being, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So at some point, I'm guessing Bart will reconvene with the others.
The plan is to go to the egg, see what's happening around it, scout the area, and then take actions after that.
Okay, sounds reasonable.
We could teleport into the middle of an army for all we know. So I mean, that's an expectation. So,
All right, you guys can have a conversation in the morning if you want about this or that.
So when Bart comes back, I was just wanting to ask him how this works.
Okay.
Because I've never been teleported. So.
Hey, Clark, you know you're on your side right now, right?
Yeah, I don't know why. Unless it got locked and
You've been like that most of the night, but that's okay. But Chad says, arm yourselves, be ready. We could step into the middle of an enemy encampment. Just be ready for action.
So what, this egg is out in the open?
No.
No, but if the forces that wish to find it make an effort, it could be out in the open. You understand that?
Yeah, so where is it? Or where was it last time you left?
About 2 days away.
We're going there now directly.
Yeah, but I just want an idea if there's like the area that we're going to suspect it's going to be in. So if there's enemies there, I at least know what the fuck to do, you know, maybe cover, you know, stuff like that.
The enemies are Acaramans, most likely.
Is it in a cave? Is it in a forest? Is it in a grove?
Yes.
Is it a clearing?
It's in a forest.
No. That helps.
I've surrounded it with plants and trees and vines and covered it in rocks. But if they're actively seeking it, an army of Acaramans could uncover it.
Alrighty then.
I'm hoping that they haven't reached it yet, and then we'll be able to reach it, determine if there's any enemies in the area, and then take our actions after that.
So you never did answer. Do we know what the runes say? Do people know what the runes on it say?
Yeah.
Prince Bart knows.
So what do they say?
You don't need to know. It's magic incantations to make it work. It's just
That is
start
true.
work. Beyond you, Baldwin. None of us need to know the function or none of that. We just need to know that we need to protect it.
If you want to help us, Tamar, and protect us, then come. If not, then go.
It's just too difficult to explain right now.
Yes, it's very complicated.
So how does this spell work?
I cast it and it goes off and we wake up over there.
Are we going to be dizzy or?
It appear over there for that.
I mean, are we disoriented? Are we dizzy? Do we know what's going on? I mean.
Sometimes, but I'm not person.
Okay.
Be ready. Just be ready, Tamar. Have your weapon in hand.
So I pull my
Be ready.
2 swords out.
You won't be disoriented. Be ready.
I pull my 2 swords out. I'm like, here we go.
Ready. You got everybody. What do?
What'd you say?
We got everybody. Is everybody ready?
Chad had his scimitar in hand.
Okay, everybody stand in a circle, hold hands. Sing Kumbaya. I cast teleport without it. The wizard mark by the egg. Let's go.
Come on, let's teleport to the middle of an army. Come on.
Alright.
Hey, fixed it.
I didn't touch it.
Nah.
I just beat him with the stick. I mean,
Okay, so you teleport without
Okay.
air.
There's a change thing.
And as far as Bart and
Alteration.
as far as Bart and Shadrach are concerned, things appear as they remember. The rocks that were magically deposited upon the egg are still there, still appear to be in the same shape and mound when they were first put there. The surrounding forest and trail that lead past, up to and past, appear to be the same. And there does not appear to be anything out of place. I would, however, like everyone to make perception checks, please. That is a D30 plus your intelligence. And you need to tell me your total.
30!
Explode.
Plus 18. 28 plus 18.
So what's 58 plus 18? 76.
Okay. I can't do math.
That's all right, I can't. Okay, Shadrach, what'd you get?
24.
You must have rolled bad.
Yep.
Bartholanthus and Lareth of the second house of Emerald, what did you get?
I rolled a 27 and plus wisdom.
All right, that's a success.
Yeah.
And Pykel Hammerhand, what did you get?
I forgot the formula, but I rolled a 4 on my 6 and a 7 on my 10.
So that would be a 17 plus
18.
makes 35. That is a success. Meanwhile, you guys are pretty sure that, well, Pykel, you haven't been here before, so you don't see anything that appears to be obviously dangerous or obviously misplaced. Shadrach has his hand up.
I shapeshift into a crow
Okay.
and I fly straight up.
Tamar stops and looks around. He sniffs the air and looks for tracks,
I have tracking.
using all of his abilities that he may have. And even in this unknown and brand new place where he is, he can tell that this trail has been used recently by gnolls.
No, no.
Can I
Oh,
tell
no.
how many?
With that roll, yeah, 3.
All right. 3 gnolls have been here recently, very recently.
Now I know I have to remind you all, but this is Saskrophonia.
Yeah.
This is high fantasy area, which means it's like Star Trek. Everyone can speak, and there's no necessarily racial automatic slotting into a certain mindset.
Got it.
So just because they're gnolls doesn't necessarily mean
No. I'm familiar with that
Maybe just been passing through.
I've
We
actually
didn't check on the egg.
encountered them, you said.
So anyway,
And a bugbear. You said I ran into one bugbear who thought.
yeah.
So,
So anyway, other than that, you see what I described to Shadrach. That goes for everybody. They see the mound of rocks, and what I don't remember is I think Shadrach. I think you also created that wall thing around this area.
Twice. I created two. I cast plant growth as a barrier twice. So there's like a double ring of stuff that if anybody tried to get to it, they'd have to really hack and make an effort to get to it.
Well,
So I cast double plant growth
the
before.
fact that Tamark has seen recent tracks along this trail may mean something about that.
Well, that's why I turn into a crow and flew straight up. I'm looking to get maximum view all around. I'm looking for signs of smoke, signs of clearance in the woods.
All you see
Anything that would-
is
anything
forest,
that would
as far as the eye can see. All you can see is forest as far as the eye can see.
So there's no smoke or anything like that. Okay. I'll return and land on top of the mound of rocks. I'm still in bird form.
Tamark?
So, can I tell if they were moving slowly, if it looks like they were looking for something, like their tracks, so their tracks like in a straight line, basically, like they just moved through the area? Are they deeper, like, can I tell they were running?
With that roll, you can tell that they appear to be using this as a trail to get from point A to point B. Unfortunately, there does not seem to be any point where the feet would indicate that they did anything other than moved along.
Okay.
And then you also pick up the prints of a dwarf and like small and less heavy prints of probably some female wearing soft-soled shoes.
Son of a bitch.
So, yeah, I almost missed this. You see, like, over here, I'm pretty sure this is a dwarf footprint here. I'm pretty sure. And this over here, I think this was probably with the dwarf, maybe a female, smaller, soft boots. I mean, I don't know, does that mean anything? I mean, do gnolls mean anything with that?
I wonder what they were doing back here.
I think that's when we were here before.
Pick up ring. Now here, I'll give it to you.
So this is a good sign. I don't think there's been any unnecessary disturbance here.
So I don't understand. Are you guys trying to move this thing to somewhere else?
Yes.
This is a very powerful item.
Hold on, one at a time, Bart.
We haven't quite figured out what we want to do yet. Still kind of in the planning stages.
Okay, Shadrach, go.
I say this is a very powerful item, and whoever controls it will be able to cause a lot of harm one way or the other. And I'm checking on my belt to see if I can undo the rocks right now. Hang on. But go ahead, talk.
I mean, I don't understand the game plan.
Okay.
I mean, we checked on it, it's good, but, I mean, I don't...
A Titan wants this for his ring, which is gemstone for his ring. It allows him to go anywhere and see anything within the spheres of universe. Supposedly. I don't know if we should let him have the power. Or if he'll just leave. I don't know.
I think we should make camp here for the night and discuss what we need to do, what we want to do, what we think we should do. I personally think I should remain here and protect this, and stand here as the protector of this thing.
We gotta make sure first.
Well, I'm just here to see, make sure it's here.
Go, Tamar.
Well, I wouldn't sit right on top of this thing, man, because if they come looking for it in numbers, there ain't no way we're going to stop them, and it would be a dead giveaway that it's, like, immediately in this area.
Michael, roll me a D12, please.
7.
So far, you guys seem to be the only people around.
Shad looks at Tamar and says, if anybody comes, I can stop them.
Well, I'm just saying that they see, if people have been by here, they seem to overlook it. Maybe we should just move some distance where we can keep looking at it or keep an eye on it off and on, but not be directly on it as to be apparent and draw attention to it. Like right now, it seems to be hidden with whatever you've done. So even if they found us, you know, they might look somewhere else instead of coming right here. You know, they're going to search the immediate area.
Shad looks at Bart and says, what do you think?
Luna was the elf thing, right? Okay.
I think it's better to be proactive than reactive, but we strike out against the giants instead of just saying, keep the city safe. But
How far away is the Deepwater Fort from here?
I don't know.
I'm asking Cobb.
Unless you have a map,
How far do I think it is?
7 days.
roll a D20.
I rolled a 9.
You think it's 20 days.
Yeah.
Chad says, I can lurk in this area and nobody will know that I'm here unless they're looking for me. I can stay a bird for days and nobody will know different. But if the Acaramans are going to return, they're going to return to the Deepwater Fort.
I'm gonna Bart if you told Luna where the egg was.
I didn't tell her where the egg was.
How'd they end up here?
She, I don't know, she probably had pretty much powerful magic. She might have read my mind, something.
So don't you think we should
Hold on, one at a time. What'd you say, Michael?
Don't you think we should check what's actually there then?
Yes.
So let's get this thing covered up and maybe we need to move it.
Well, we can't magically move it.
So
We gotta
yeah,
take another plane to teleport it anywhere. So wherever we gotta move it, we gotta move this thing by hand.
Go ahead, Tamar.
so we obviously can't move this thing by our own physical force, but since you're a mage or Shad, Do you have any magic that we could like put underneath it to make it either float, levitate?
What? You put it on a tilted disc, but moving it like that's gonna be dangerous.
How did it get here? Is my question.
Dropped it. When you plug it came into the planet, came loose from his fixture and put it landed here, and he landed there. So the only thing that makes sense.
Where would we move it to? Where would we move it to?
That's the only thing, I don't know.
I thought your Order of Druids were supposed to protect this thing.
I was saying he could set up a two-way circle here and camp him on top of it if it's still here. Just turn it
My
into a
people don't. There's a thing. The balance, hey Mark. It's now the balance is where it's in the middle right now, and it can tip either way. And my people don't react necessarily. It's things have to take their course. And I am here now. This is what I've wanted to be for a long time.
I thought you were insinuating they were going to protect this thing. So I was trying to figure out if we're supposed to move this
Has
to
it been
them.
molested? No. It's like trying to stop the tide. You can't do that. But you have to let things take their course to a degree. But this thing here must be protected. There are evil forces that want to take this thing. And even now, by being here, we may draw their attention to it. It's a dangerous, it's a razor's edge, Mark.
I understand all that. How would he stop an army? If they're bringing an army, how do we stop it? I mean, if we move it and we move it to somewhere, how is that going to change anything? They're going to still find it. If you want something, you're going to fucking look until you find it.
I personally believe that enough of a deterrent they will stop if they can be shown that their efforts are worthless, wasted, then I believe they will stop. They are only human. The Akaramans are mortal. They're not monsters. They're not gods. They're people. Even elves, dwarves, all of these people, even you, Bartholansis, know that your life will end. How long would you pursue this? And the Akaramans are mostly human. They're used. The giants are using them. Twice, great pain and suffering has been brought upon them for their efforts. And I am willing to sacrifice myself to protect this thing. I don't ask any of you to do that. But I will remain here and protect this thing. Or, if I know what is seeking it out, I will go to that thing and destroy it. Or do my best to do so.
Go ahead, Tamar.
So what you fail to remember here is a fanatic will do anything to achieve its goals, even if it's to die. I have ran into many fanatics. I mean, it doesn't even mean that they think they have a chance in hell of actually doing what it is that they're going to do. They're fanatical. They just will fucking mindlessly go for it. I mean, I've seen fucking crazy people who think they can fucking fly, and they're definitely not a mage. Fucking jump off a fucking cliff thinking that, whoa, I'm gonna get away! I can fly! I can fucking fly! My God's gonna protect me! BAM! And I'm taking a fucking body back to fucking be identified. I mean, dude, fanatics don't make any sense. They fucking just fucking do whatever it is they believe in. They don't care if there's 10 million of them that are going to die to achieve their goal or what.
Can I ask you that?
I can fly, Gamer.
Yeah, but
I don't think that's the point.
yeah, you missed the whole point about the fanatics.
No, I don't think the Akaramans are fanatics.
Now the person who's leading them probably is. And that's all that counts. He'll send every last one of them to die.
Therefore, we must find the leaders. I have suggested this from the beginning, that we go to the heart of this evil and destroy it.
So
We think killing hundreds of soldiers doesn't end the war. It only makes it worse. Bartholantis knows this. You know this, Pikel. We've seen the leadership of these people. The death cult stands at the heart of it all. And while they may send hundreds and hundreds of Akaramans or whoever, it's always them who remain. I don't know how many people I've killed to destroy them. I've killed people who didn't even know what they were dying for.
So I have a question / hypothesis, since I really don't know what the fuck is going on here, just a guess. So, considering the two people we were dealing with before, when I was first here, they worshipped a death goddess. So, could it possibly be the death goddess is behind this? If her followers die, it empowers her because she's a fucking god of death. So fucking she just gains more followers in death. So could she be wanting this to bring herself to this planet somehow? Fucking, and since it's all her followers, that would make them all fanatics willing to die in the service of their god, because probably they think fucking death is the fucking ultimate way to service her and fucking worship her. And you were saying the fucking giants were the ones hiring this, but is it really the giants? Are they together? Is there like an uneasy truth maybe between them? And they're both going to fuck each other over as soon as they think they got what they want? Or is there another party fucking behind everything?
The Giants are part of it.
Yes, the Giants are part of it, and Tamar makes a good suggestion. Yes, I believe that there is something behind all of this that we do not perceive yet. At the same time, Tamar, as I've told you about my past, I've already been meant to die, and whoever is at the heart of this, I will face them and die destroying them.
Now, see, there's a good point. You were meant to die, but you didn't die. So you fucking broke fate, which means you're a fucking wild card now in the whole group of everything, which means nobody knows how the fuck you're going to play out. But just another scenario. When I first met you, there was this evil fucking thing underneath that thing, and we never really for sure destroyed it, did we? We just got rid of it for a time, is my understanding.
We dealt with the Dark Elves. I remember. The Dark Elves are part of this, but I don't know what part they play in. I know how elves perceive the Dark Elves, and I would not put that upon Prince Bart. He would know more than I would. I've only experienced them myself.
I mean, are the Dark Elves fucking pulling the strings then?
They are.
I mean, are they behind everything? I mean, it seemed like it started with them. Are they pulling the strings?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is this all going to go back to that princess and the queen and shit?
I don't know. So much has happened.
I mean, they were, if you remember, that one nobleman was using slaves to bribe them. So, are the Acrobamans maybe being used by the Drow for a giant, to procure a giant slave army for some reason? And then the giants have been...
Giants aren't from this area, from this realm. They're not even supposed to be on this planet.
Oh, well. Maybe they're just hunting it because they created it and they want it back. You said it's not from this planet. Maybe the ones that made it.
But I agree, Tamar. I believe that the Dark Elves are a connection and have something to do with this at the heart of it. And I believe that there is a deep corruption in the land, in the world, and there can only be two ways that this goes, and this is the balance. It can either turn towards the darkness and the foulness, or it can turn towards the natural way.
I mean, I don't know much about them, but I was told the darkest of the dark are those black-skinned elves under the ground, so...
You remember how we escaped from them? How
Yeah.
we fled through those tunnels?
Yeah. And by the way, I think we were led to believe that we escaped. I think they let us fucking go to play a part in something. I don't at all think that we accidentally escaped from them. There's no fucking way we should have got away. No fucking way. I think that was planned. I think that we were allowed to escape, and it was just meant to push us along and keep us disoriented enough to not realize it at the time, so that we thought that we got away on our own.
I agree.
I think that fucking nobleman is totally in on this still somewhere. And if anything, perhaps we should pay a visit to him at some point and find out what the fuck is up. Because I bet you he knows what the fuck is going on at some point, somehow, somewhere in this scheme. Because he's a part of it. Maybe not on the greatest level, but he's in it somehow on some level, and he would know something.
Shad cocks his head. He's like, yes, I understand now. I agree. The man in Tila.
Right, yeah.
He knew a lot.
He
Yes.
had a lot
He
of
knows
money.
what.
He had a lot of money, a lot of power. He was in the know, and he played both sides. He knew people in power and how to bribe them, and he was also still dealing with the Dark Elves and shit. So he's involved on both sides.
Yes. I begin to see now.
He's a linchpin somewhere. He's that fucking hinge that keeps the door swinging back and forth so things keep going both ways.
He knew also of Donkey Dan. Yes. There is a connection. I agree.
Well, I'm glad I can be a help. Maybe this is what? Maybe the forces of nature have decided to send me this way because I was needed here.
We hop in on Peleus and come in swinging hard and by surprise. We know where his room is.
I know where the man is, and so does Tamar. We can return to Tila if that is the best choice. I see, from what I can understand here and see, the egg is secure. We can, Bart, if you can make sure it's still here. It doesn't seem to have been disturbed. Other than that, I say we spend the day and the night here, make a choice of what we're going to do, and my suggestion is we go to Tila and confront the man. If we believe the egg is secure, which it certainly seems to be, I would ask you, Bart, to determine if it's still here. If it's not still here, then however it was moved was beyond any powers we possess.
Right, how's that? Well,
I'll cast Detect Magic. I can cast a spell overnight while we're here. But I think we should at least spend the night here, another night, get ourselves together, and decide our next move.
That's fine with me. And at that, I'm going to look for a campsite in the area.
I think we're safe here for now. I believe that.
Someplace that gives us advantage.
I think anybody who comes up on us better be a couple hundred or they're in trouble. Like I said, there's 2 layers of plant growth around the place. You'd have to make an effort to cut through it to get to the egg. I think the tracks that you saw, Kmart, are old and were here before I made the preparations. I might be wrong.
Okay, with that 70-something that you rolled, you know that they're fairly recent.
No, they're recent, dude. There's no doubt. It's like within a few days, tops.
I'll ask you this. Can you determine if people were moving around the egg, moving around this, camping out nearby? Can you determine that?
Well, I showed you the footprints. I mean, I can try
Well, that's
tracking.
true.
No,
Did
no,
it-
no,
did it
hold,
seem
hold,
to
wait,
be
wait, wait,
that
hold on,
moving-
hold on. Let me clarify something with that. So, I'm gonna go back where I seen the dwarf footprint and the female footprint. I'm gonna use my tracking to look at it and see which direction it looks like they're pointed at, or if they were just moving around the
North.
area. So, and it looks like they headed through just going north, or did they stop?
Just going north.
Okay.
There does not appear to be any...
Lingering.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it looks like they just went north. So if you want, I can try to follow these a little way north, a little way south to see if they stopped anywhere in the area and camped around this. Or were looking other places in the area. But right here they weren't looking. But that doesn't mean they weren't looking for something. It just means right here they fucking were moving along.
How recent do you think these tracks were?
In a day or two.
I'll look at Bart and say, what do you think we should do?
Doggy.
Follow the footprints, I guess. Follow the tracks. We need to find out if it's been taken. I cast Detect Magic on the mound. I should be able to.
I'll do the same. I'll detect magic on the mound to see if the egg is still there.
Let me just see. Do you think Detect Magic will detect through 10 feet of stone?
Yeah, because it's just rocks. They're not magical. It's just rocks piled on top of it. And I know what I'm looking for, and so does Bart. So
The spell is blocked by solid stone at least 1 foot thick.
Okay.
So this isn't solid. This isn't solid stone, but it's much thicker than 1 foot. Matter of fact, the spell would say, most likely, how many rocks. So I'm gonna say that I would like both of you. I would like the druid to make a. If you have a spellcraft,
I do.
then you can roll that. If you do not have a spellcraft, you can still roll me a 20 and hope that you roll a 20.
I have a spellcraft of 18.
Well, then you need to roll a d20 and add 18.
Let's walk out to 12.
I rolled a 30 total. I rolled a 12.
What'd you get, Bart?
25.
Okay. So, I'm going to say that with your detect magic, this is not a solid wall of stone, but it is 10 feet of decent sized stones.
Well, yeah.
So, using your spellcraft, you guesstimate that there is something magical, but you're getting a very fuzzy reading, as if it appears to be faint, but you're not sure if it's faint because what's in there is faint, or it's faint because of how far and the interference by the rock.
Okay.
If you would have rolled and exploded, I could have given you more information.
Yeah.
I think that's a good sign, though, because if nothing was there, then we detected something. So I don't think there would be any junk left there. I think everything is good. That's my personal opinion. Other than that, if you want to go follow these tracks, I'm all for it. I think the egg is safe for now. At least we're close to it.
Find out what to anyways. Find out who the dwarf and elf are anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, who's the women? I think I can guess.
I think I can guess too, but I'd rather hear what I want.
But who's the dwarf?
I forgot his name.
You might take interest in that. It's one of your kinsmen, perhaps.
I forgot his name. It was the cook. It was the cook and Luna. In their knolls that pass through here. How they pass through here and why, it seems awful.
This was a traveled area, if I recall. There
Yeah,
was kind of a path through here when we came the first time. So, there it is.
Who chops through an obstacle instead of going around it?
Well, that's true. This is one thing, the rocks I can't do anything about, but I can dispel the plants.
Why?
Why?
Well, I'm just saying, if we need to get through them quickly, I can dispel the plants, but
So we leave it be.
I'd get out
that's
of
fine. No, I believe we should leave it be, but see how these people, see if they did chop through it. We should be, if we follow these prints, we can see that they made an effort to cut through.
Yeah.
So how far should this wall be in front and behind?
There's 2 layers of it, so let me read the description of the spell. It's not a huge area, but it's a good size. The spell is plant growth. Hang on now.
Hang on, or as I like to say, hold still. And now my son, the little 14-year-old, he'll go, hold still. I'm like, oh, the world's youngest pervert.
A few hours later.
Okay, plant growth. I cast plant growth when I was 8th level. So, I cast an area of 160 by 160 square feet. So, there's two layers, basically of 160 square feet of thick growth. So it's like I said, it's around this mound of rock. There's really, really thick undergrowth that you have to chop through. So, that being said, somebody would have to make a considerable effort to cut through this to get and just walk by.
So was it just over the rocks, or was it?
No, it was like a wall.
Okay, so it was.
So there was these two walls of 160 square feet, 20 feet thick. So basically 40 feet thick.
So just to point out the obvious here, if I was going through the forest and I ran into something like this, I would totally think somebody's fucking hiding something in it.
Or you think that you might. Or you
No,
just think the woods are
nobody
really...
goes through this much fucking trouble like this and fucking for it to not have something important there. Unless if you're fucking chasing somebody or tracking somebody and they know you're behind them, you wouldn't do nothing like this. This just like is super fucking obvious, in my opinion. It's like you might as well just fucking have a fucking giant bullseye fucking lantern beacon going off, fucking in a circle, fucking pointing people to this.
Fucking.
Yeah, holy fucking Christ.
That being said, their path through the wall of vegetation should be obvious.
Alright, I'm gonna track south, back south some ways until I hit this wall.
Yeah, it's really obvious.
Okay.
Somebody hacked through
Okay.
so they could go on the trail.
Alright, so I'm looking south. I'm going to look ahead of it and see about tracks, see if things went around it instead of hacking through it as well.
Make a roll.
And then I'm going to go to the other direction.
Sure.
Alright.
Do you know what you need for tracking? What is your tracking proficiency?
21.
So you're rolling
And I
anything
rolled
but a
one.
1.
Natural
Oh my god! Implode. Roll again.
6.
Alright. So, when you go there, unfortunately the 1 can't hide the fact that someone or something has created a hole in the plant growth to allow egress to and fro on this trail. The problem is there must have been a recent rain, because you can see a gully washer that's still slightly moist, and it has created a divot in the trail right there, which causes you to be able to find no discernible information other than a little further away. There's certainly tracks that are moving in both directions.
So, yeah, I know there's so much fucking crap here. There's no fucking way to tell what the fuck happened. I don't know. I guess while they were fucking hacking through this thing, they just fucked everything up because they spent considerable time hacking through it.
No, there just happened to be a terrible weather event that erased all trace, and that's what you get for rolling a 1.
Well, no, I understand that. That's what I'm fucking telling them. I got what you said.
Okay.
I'm just telling them that.
Alright.
Alright, so let's go look at the other side.
Let's follow this trail at all due speed.
Alright,
So you go north, and it's the same thing.
So
someone has hacked, or someone has removed.
No. I'm curious can I look and see if it was hacked from the inside or from the outside?
You can certainly try. Roll a d20.
Natural 20.
Oh, now this time you explode.
3. So that would be 21, 41, 44.
All right. You think that there's a lot more evidence as if something hacked its way through from the inside. But there's also evidence of something traversing both directions already. As if this must be some type of either important or busy artery of travel in this area.
Okay. So here's the problem.
It's almost as if the group had previously been escorted through here by gnolls, even then, and like I'm only describing what would happen if the gnolls were like, "Oh, just get here. Well, fuck it up," and then now they continue to use this as a path.
So here.
It's like a game trail.
Oh, no, wait, hold. You don't know any of that.
It's a little bit bigger than a game trail, but not much. It's enough to where humanoids use it to get from point A to point B.
Okay. So here's what I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck you guys thought you were doing, but this is a fucking regular trail that fucking all kinds of people come through here. And when they notice these fucking unnatural fucking wall growths that they come through here probably regularly and fucking noticed them, they're like, what the fuck, chop through them, and people are still going to come through here off and on.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, this thing, I don't know how long it's been here or what, but fucking lots of things have fucking walked past it without realizing it was ever here. Or taking notice to it. Now, having said that, if something does walk through here fucking looking for this, it probably is going to fucking notice something. Assuming it's looking for this, but I mean, I don't know why the fuck this thing would be on this trail. I mean, people walk past it all the time, so I assume that the right person was asked, hey, have you seen this anywhere in your travels? They'd be like, yeah, I think I may have. And they could probably bring them right to it. Now, however, when they get here and they see this, that's going to be even more damn obvious that something's hiding there now. Or, here's another thing. You built 2 gigantic walls that said you were trying to protect something. Now there's all this fucking rocks on top of a boulder that they've probably seen there fucking for the last 50 years or whatever when they went by. So it's going to be really obvious when somebody asks them, hey, have you seen this? Well, you know, it's kind of fucking weird that this trail that I walk past all the time, you know, to get from here to there. Yeah, there was these giant, super heavy vegetation overgrown fucking, you know, like this, you know, like from here to here. I mean, like fucking super thick. We had to check, dude, we never fuck. I've been through this trail I don't know how many fucking times, and this shit's never been there. And it was like fucking 400 years of heavy growth all of a sudden, fucking like in a month. And not only that, there was this cool looking boulder there all the time, kind of like that one you said you're looking for. But it has all these fucking rocks on it now. Just like a shit ton of fucking rocks on it. I mean, it's the weirdest fucking thing that I've ever seen. I mean, does that help you out? How much money was that worth? I'm just saying.
He's just saying.
Calm down, Walter. No, he makes a good point. I really didn't think that this was a well-traveled area before, but he makes a good point. I can still take steps to drop some more rocks on it and spread some more growth around it.
Man, it just makes it more obvious, though.
No, I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to do that. But, damn it.
Everything tells me that I need to stay here.
There's nothing we can do, dude. You can't move it. We can't protect it.
Yes, I can protect it.
No, we can't. If there's an army coming, we're fucked, man. There's no way we're going to stop an army. We can stop part of the army. We can maybe deter them or distract them for a little bit. But I'm telling you, there ain't nothing we're going to fucking do to this thing if you guys can't move it and take it somewhere. Here's what...
We have to do something.
I'm just going to give a suggestion. You were saying that you can't stop the tidal wave that's coming. And I get that. Perhaps we have to look at this a different way. The tidal wave is coming, and it's going to grab this boulder, and it's going to carry it away. But we should be waiting for it wherever it's going to stop or where it's getting ready to stop. And that's where we should make it. We can't move it, but perhaps we should let the others move it, and that will weaken them. Because when you're trying to move something this big, that is going to take a lot of effort and a lot of distraction that they aren't going to be able to use to their advantage.
You are aware that people looking for this thing are giants, and they're just going to pick it up and put it in their pocket.
You're assuming, I mean, we would see the giants forever. Fuck, they're giants, you said, right? They're not even from this planet. I thought you said the Acaramans were coming for it. I would assume they're the ones going to fucking get to it first.
If the Acaramans come, they'll be the muscle. They're just meat. They're just soldiers.
I mean, so what? The giants hired the Acaraman? You know, they're using them?
Yes. That's obvious.
I mean, I thought from the way you were saying things that they were separate forces kind of working together, but they weren't together.
They are. The Acaramans are being paid or...
I didn't realize they were traveling together.
The Acaramans are basically mercenaries.
Well,
by my estimate.
Oh no, that fits right in with Covidius and the other group.
Yes. The Acaramans really don't care. They're just in it for the money. But the giants and the death cult are the ones with the actual... They're the ones with...
They're the fanatic investors.
Yes, they're the ones with the dog in the fight. The Acaramans are just in it for the money.
So they're the fodder. All right.
Yes.
So, my question is then, how are we fighting the giants if they're the ones coming? See, I don't think we can do anything to fucking stop them at this point. I think we're better off trying to find out what really is going on, and that means we need to go see the fucking man.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know you very well, Bart, and it sounds like you're a powerful person, but I don't know about giants, but I heard them motherfuckers are giants are badass motherfuckers, so you guys are talking about 5 or 6 giants. I don't see how we're going to fucking do shit against 5 or 6 giants, a fucking army of fucking Acaramans, and a fucking death cult. I just don't see it.
Listen, nothing's fucked here, man.
Fucking.
I've said from the beginning that we need to go to the head of the snake and cut it off. I've been willing to go and make this battle.
Yeah, well, I think that snake's underground.
Fighting all of the minions and these layers of this onion, or whatever you want to call it, we are weakened by that, and we must seek the center.
I have
we
a question. Before we quit here tonight, I have a question for the players. And that is, do I need to help you with reiterating all of the clues that you guys have had and can't remember and make it a little more easy for you? Because I feel like you guys are close, but you're never gonna, for some reason, like there's something that you guys aren't remembering that I thought I had made clear.
Well, I haven't been here.
You haven't been here. So I'm willing to make that concession. Or would you rather, play it old school where you guys figure this shit out, and when you do, it's that much more satisfying? I mean, I'm up for either way.
I don't know. I need a refresher on John Clues.
I would like.
Wait, hold on. I didn't understand a word Brad said.
I'm lost. So you can use clues, but
Okay, go ahead, Jason.
I would like at the beginning of the next session for a good breakdown of what you're suggesting, because I know that there's something I'm missing.
yeah.
And I've got a lot of the pieces together, but also I'm role-playing as Chad, what he wants to do. But I think at the beginning of the next session, I'd like you to give what you're saying now, your breakdown of what we may have forgotten. And I think that after that, where we are, sitting on top of the egg, we'll make our decision what to do next.
I mean, I'm good with it if you guys are good with it. This is supposed to be a cooperative
No,
game
I agree.
where
I think at this late point, I think we need to do this fresh at the beginning, because right now we'll just have a week and we'll forget half of it.
Yeah.
So
as the referee, it is my job to try to keep the game moving. So I'm not above breaking my own code just to make the game more enjoyable for the players.
I mean, Chad has been willing all along to throw himself at the enemy. So Chad is still willing to do that. Or, like die trying. That's what he wants to do. He's very fatalistic, if anything. So, but I think at the beginning of the next session, you give us the breakdown, and we'll make our decision then. Everybody up for that?
Yeah, I say killing Helios is our first start. We know where he is. We can jump on. We can get the jump on him by just popping in on his throne. I'm good with turning undead, so
that's our advantage. Thanks to Bart, we can pop in on them. We have that instant attack thing that they can't really. They can scry that and might be able to tell we're coming, but they might. We can always. I agree. Yeah, we can pop in on them like paratroopers. So, and that's what Chad has said all along. If we jump in on top of them, they're not going to expect us to just be right on their heads. So, Cobb, I think in the next session, like you said, give us all the clues you need to give us, and we'll make our decision. We all good with that?
I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm okay with trying to role play another session out, and if it doesn't come to anything, then
I think next session we'll have a decisive plan of what we're gonna do, or at least we'll think what we're gonna do.
I feel like
we may all go to our deaths for all I know, but I think we should shove it down their throats as hard as we can.
What'd you say, Clark?
I said I feel like I'm in the Judeans people front. We're not the people's Judeans, huh? People's front of Judea.
All right.
Okay, biggest dickens.
Yeah. All right, well, then if nothing changes, we'll be here in a week.
Excellent.
All right.
All right. See you guys later.
Good night, gentlemen. Thank you for playing.
Love y'all.
Say,
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be helpful, but fucking, there's so much I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't exactly.
But you're actually pretty close.
Oh, fuck, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
I was worried I might be scared of fucking completely.
No, you're
off.
closer than. But you'll see whenever I.
No, don't spoil it for me. I mean, I'm just trying to fucking. What little I know, what little they told me, I'm just trying to fucking.
All right, man. That's it.
So I have a couple questions for you.
Good night, Internet.
Do I have any open weapon or or non-weapon